Okay, I'm here. Okay, here I am. Let me make sure you guys can hear me because I am live. I'm reporting live from the parking lot of the African Braid Shop. What? Yes. Wait a second. Oh God, did I mess this up? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I think y'all can hear me. Let me make sure. Oh Jesus, I got my headphones on. Okay, let me. Okay, does my sound okay? Can you guys give me a one? Here. Okay. Let me make sure you can hear me. Okay, it's good enough. Okay, it's good enough. Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. Number one, I want to preface: I have no glasses. Okay. So I have my second phone in my hand, so you guys are gonna have to forgive me. I'm not gonna be able to highlight a lot of. I'm not gonna be highlighting a lot of comments right now because, well, let me switch. Let me do this because I can do that because I want to. You guys asked me the other day to read the Erica King jailhouse letters, so I'm having to do a two phone kind of situation. Um, hello, queens. Yes, did you? We hear you, queen. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you, queens, in the chat. All of you beautiful ladies and gentlemen on today. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. We did an early morning reaction. If you didn't see it, girl, early bird catches the worm. And on today, we were doing some early bird. Okay. Sis got up. Sis had a good sleep last night, and it still wasn't enough. I can't wait for vacation. We're not doing anything. We kind of talked about it today. I think we're just gonna go, and no, nothing against Florida. So I'm not saying it like we're just going to Florida, but I think we're gonna just do our kind of like our regular vacation that we normally do. But we're gonna find some other stuff to do because I know we have not finished with Orlando yet. Like we love Orlando, and like I was telling my husband, we can go to the Gulf and we can go to the ocean. So either way, it's like an hour drive. So we're probably going to be there for like 8 days. So we can go to the Gulf and do like a beach trip, and then do a ocean day, a Gulf day, maybe a water park like Aquatica or the water park over at Disney. Um, I don't know that we're going to do like a major kind of rides park unless that's something that Farrah wants to do. And then we also have family in Florida in that area. Um, both of us within a short drive, so we'll go see family. So we gonna, I'm just ready for a nice some new scenery. I love Charlotte and everything, but sis ready for some different scenery. Anyway, Frandrew and Crawford. I love that. Okay, somebody mentioned something about Nesto lying about. I don't know if y'all are talking about the recent video that was posted over on the bloggers channel of the prayer partner visit recently, but I already requested my own copy, so I'm trying to hold out. Um, and we typically do those in members, so I haven't even really saw that yet. Like I saw it, but it was very distracting because of the way that it's presented. So I don't know. When I get it, if you're in Patreon, um, then it'll be posted over there. I cannot. So I don't know. Somebody said something about something, and I wasn't really sure what that was referring to, and I was thinking that maybe it had something to do with that. Um, but if you did happen to go over to the bloggers channel, and she has the most recent, she has two videos posted that are fairly recent, and the main thing, it like sucked my energy because Sonia talks about, I guess this is what I'm going to talk about first. This is my initial reaction of it. Sonia talks so much about other people being negative, and she is such a energy vampire. It's absolutely disgusting. Like it's ugh. So you guys know what I mean. Let me make sure that this is coming through my headset. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm gonna drop the phone line for you guys too. Always distracting with that lady. She's very, if you watch any of those videos, it's just the things that come out of her mouth are just, I'm still trying to process the video that dropped yesterday when she first kind of introduced the fact that Sydney had the stripper #7 baby. So we knew the baby belonged to a stripper. We knew that it was kind of a off the grid. She over to her auntie house, who's not her auntie, who's really her de facto godmother, who's really not a godmother in the spirit of bringing her to God. It's just she likes playing with the baby for a moment, and mama don't want her, and mom got 7 kids and all the things. Um, that might be the first that we heard of the baby, because the baby at that point was a month old. Who lets a 1 month old go over to Miss So and so's house? Baby. And I'm not even thinking of it of the perspective of people. There are people out here who really want a baby to adopt. I'm just saying, this is a whole human being. Why did you lay down, have sex? Why did you have a baby? Whether you are in agreement with pregnancy terminations or not, that's a whole nother conversation. But why? Why from the beginning? That I just hope that baby gets the help and services it needs. You know what I'm saying? It's awful. Uh, but that's just the sad truth, unfortunately, of the society that we're living in at the moment. That people, it's gotten so bad that oh, is the lady coming to ask me a question? Oh, I thought she was coming to ask me a question, the birder. Um, okay. Let me see. Girl, where? But where did they go? You know, where would they possibly go? Um, it's sad because that baby really needs to be, if that baby's a month old, you know, that baby, we don't know if the baby guy has Medicaid or not. We don't know if the baby has even gone for doctor's appointments. That baby is like a year and a half now. So we don't even know what's really going on. Um, yeah. Going over to Miss So and so's house to go stay with Miss So and so's fugazi mother, who comes to town to visit her felony ass boyfriend. Okay. Good morning to everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Girl, Bougie Gang, your brunch is ready. It's brunch time, y'all. I hope this sounds good. I got these headphones like specifically for times like this because sometimes I want to, like when I go live, sometimes I just don't like how it sounds. Okay, let me drop the call in too. Let me call that. How do I do that? Okay. I always like, it's always like a learning curve when I girl. Somebody needs to help that baby. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of things real quick. So we're gonna read the letters. We're gonna read the letters, we're gonna do the call in, and then I want to talk about what did we learn this week. Because I was like, okay, what are we gonna talk about so I can stay on track? Because ma'am, head moderator is not in the office. Head moderator is in the mobile studio. Okay. So we're going to, what are we doing? We are, girl, I forgot already. We're gonna read the jailhouse letters from Erica King. We are gonna drop the call in. And we are going to talk about what did we learn this week. What did we learn this week is that somebody says that they are, somebody someone did not look. Okay, let me say it like this. Let me not be petty initially. There was no court this week. Okay? That's number one. There was no divorce court this week. Divorce court, which we'd known this for like 2 weeks. Divorce court had been postponed, and there was no affidavit of service posted to the docket. So I want to say it was way back on the 15th or the 14th, the court, because there was no follow up on what needed to be done. They rescheduled court for June 27th, right? That's one thing we know, right? That's what happened. Um, what else happened this week? Erica King, Bianca Calloway, her lawyer, exited the chat, and Kristen Howell entered the chat, dropping consolidated motions. And sis dropped, she dropped a lot. Actually, if you guys take time to read that, I posted it in a couple of places. First of all, it's a free Patreon post. You don't have to post, you don't have to register for Patreon with your government. You can put Boo Boo the Great. You can put whatever name you want. Just use an email address where they can get a hold of you um, for notifications. Okay. Um, so I posted it there, and I will post the whole document. I don't think I posted. Did I post the whole document? I think maybe I did. If I didn't, I'll double check because I've been posting a lot of stuff. If I did not post the document where you can click onto the PDF, I will do that. But it's in the video, obviously, that we went through earlier this week on the ERICKA King update. And what we learned is that she is dropping some motions that when they go to trial, because I was doing some research yesterday about limine, the motion of limine, I was like, there's some things that she's putting into place. Someone mentioned that she's going to definitely, it seems like one of our Bougie Gang sisters dropped a comment stating that she feels like her new lawyer is going to position her as definitely a victim, and also based on the motions that she's already dropping, she's dropping motions that can kind of protect her against her own past. That's the way I'm understanding it. When I got some further understanding of what limine means, I watched a YouTube video of a lawyer who explained what that process and what that strategy does. I was like, ooh. But you know what? Up until yesterday, I didn't see anything posted for on Nesto's case. Still nothing. Okay. I don't know who I don't know who he got. Sean Holloway. Wait, Sean, what's his name? Sean Hoover? Girl, we barely know his name. He hadn't dropped nothing. Okay. Nesto better get on his knees. All he got right now is God. Just like he said, all I got is God. He better get on them knees and he better start praying, because, baby, let me tell you something. ERICKA King's lawyer clocked in not playing. Sean Hoover and Joy, I don't know if they're waiting to go to court next week before they're going to start filing and putting in motions, but damn it, you would think they would try to file some things, considering he's got the heavy load and he carries the bulk of the RICO. Okay. I use them all of my downloads. Wait, girl, I use them all of my downloads. Oh, I did post them. Hey, boo. Girl, it's over. Like, I don't want to say it's over, but his lawyers are not doing it. Like, I don't want to say they're not doing anything. In all fairness, I don't know that. So what I'm going to say, though, as far as the paperwork is concerned, as far as, does it sound like I'm yelling? Y'all, I'm like listening. I'm like, am I yelling? as far as filing motions and getting to work now that shit is really happening and there's an indictment, you would think that they would have filed the motion for discovery. They would be filing all the things that Kristen Howell just filed, right? Um, nothing, nothing yet. I don't know if Sonia's sitting over there getting on their damn nerves. I have no idea. Um, so that's what we know so far. Number one, we know that as far as the divorce is concerned, Shirley, you better Shirley, if you're in the bushes or Debbie, Mississippi Monica, any of y'all's people, would you please run a message to Shirley and tell her that her good money is not going where it needs to go, that her lawyer needs to actually have the sheriff or the process server file a affidavit of service, please, because that divorce is going nowhere and we're going to start to think y'all running plays. Okay, if y'all running plays, then that's fine. Like, we just need to know what's really going on. But if you are serious about a divorce, ma'am, I would think that your lawyer would know what to do. Is it Regina? Yeah, Regina Edwards. Sis. So you know Nesto is not going to acknowledge receipt of the divorce papers. He's not acknowledging receipt. Okay, girl, the affidavit. Yes, they need to post. It's called an affidavit of service. Okay, they need to post that. If they don't post it, then it's not going anywhere. So that's a problem. Okay, you guys, if you did not know, I know a lot. Obviously, everyone, a lot of you who go here, who go here, do you go here? If you go here, you may also be going here, which is Grown Woman Vibes. If you haven't subscribed, if you're new, number one, look at your phone. If you're not subscribed to this channel, hit subscribe and hit all. If you are looking at your phone and this channel right here, Grown Woman Vibes, you think you're subscribed, click on her icon and make sure you're subscribed. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, click on her icon, make sure you're subscribed, because there was some funny business this week on some YouTube fuckery, and you might want to make sure you're subscribed, and go ahead and click on her icon right here and handle that business. That way you won't miss a upload. Okay. Um, yeah, divorce is, we'll be talking about that in June. Okay, but this week on the 29th is plea and arraignment. What's the plea and arraignment? When they go over the list of charges and they give him an opportunity to plead guilty, not guilty. Okay, and they also give him the information regarding what he could be facing based on these charges, and they will ask him, how does he plea? Okay, and based on the amount of charges he has, it might be a few minutes. And ERICKA will be there too. Somebody was asking, did they have the same court date? And that answer is yes, they do. They're both set to be in court at the same time for their plea and arraignment. Suppose I'm just saying here, Ernesto could be trying to work out a plea. Girl, you know what his plea might be? Like 25 years. If they say to you, hey, you want to save this state a couple of dollars, we'll give you 25 years. You think he's going to take that? 25 years, the man would be 85. You may as well roll the dice at that point. If I were 59, almost 60 years old, and they gave me 25 years, on the bigamy alone, he could do 1 to 10 years. That's on the bigamy alone. On top of this, he's got a RICO. And then on top of that, he's got 5-count sexual assault case. Then he also has, what else? Child pornography. Girl, I don't know. Maybe they will give him a deal. We're going to see. Just someone gave 10. Nyla, no, ma'am. Really? Like Cynthia would say, really? Really, sis? Thank you so much. That was very, very, very sweet. Thank you. Let me see. You know what? Oh, let me pull up my other phone. Hold on. Thank you, sis. You did not have to do that, but I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. Let me drop. Ooh, girl, that was a shower of coins. That was making it rain with some coins. I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, you just got gifted by our beautiful sis Nyla, from Grown Woman Vibes. El Cid, Michi, Nesto, Rico, Shia, New York. It's me. Janice Rod. Is it Janice Rod? Or Janice? Yeah, Janice Rod, Coco Lee, Cinnamon, and Hellcat. Okay, I know that's right. And the Real Brown Family Chronicles. You guys got gifted by our beautiful sis. Girl, them coins hitting hard on today. Okay, girl. It's, or maybe it's my headphones. Let me tell you something. I was here in the car. I was listening to something, and you know how, like, when you listen to, like, if you've got some good speakers, how you can really hear the layering of the sound. Girl, I thought somebody was knocking on my windows. I got so startled out here because you guys know I am live from the African braid shop at the moment. I'm waiting on Boo Boo. She's getting her hair done. So, yes. Okay. All right. So next. All right, so divorce, that's done. We talked about that. Court is this week. We've talked a lot about Erica King's new lawyer. Erica King's lawyer clocked in on some sis is handling business. Bianca Calloway clocked out on some, ma'am, I gotta get paid. And if I'm not getting paid, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? And that's the way we should all be. Okay, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And ma'am said that Erica told her she was not going to be able to pay her, and ma'am said no problem. And she sent the correspondence, and Miss Bianca Calloway exited. That's the main reason. Audio. What's my audio? Audio check. Is something with the audio going in the back? Is it my AC? Check the audio. Okay, hold on. Okay, can you hear me? Let me see. Sound issues, boo. Okay, hold on. Okay, sound issues. What could it be? Let me see. All right, well, I could do, I hate when it, let me see. Do I have, all right, guys, bear with me just a second. Let me see if I have good old fashioned. I know I have my AirPods, but I hate how those sound. It was good before, now it's not. Okay. Is it better now? Testing, test. Okay. Let me see if you guys say it's better. We're patient. Hi, Ty Cherie. Hey, boo. Better. It's better now. Okay. India says it's not better now. Okay. Okay. I feel like it sounds better for me. Why does it sound okay in fluffy noise? Okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to make it do this. Okay. Let me get my AirPods. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay. Is that better? Let me see. Let me see if you guys say it's better. Okay. Do you guys think this is better? More patient. Hi, Cherie. Hey, boo. See if you guys. Okay. Do you guys think this is better? Yes. Okay. I've got my AirPods in. Hi, Cherie. Hey, boo. Okay. You know what you guys are hearing? Background. Okay. I had to check my sound check in my other phone. Okay. All right. We're gonna do the ERICKA King letters. We're gonna go ERICKA King letters. Okay, let me drop the call in. Just a second, guys. Okay. Did the call in happen to drop? Last time I did that, it like magically dropped. It's perfect now? Okay. Girl, now you saying it's an echo? It shouldn't be echoing. Just wait like 2 seconds. Wait for the. I can't wait for Iris and Sonia to get what's coming for them. Oh, all right. Let me see. To get what's coming for them. Oh, all right. Let me. There might have been an echo before because I had double sound on. Okay. There's no echo now. Okay. Okay. Only reason why you were hearing double was because I had to have my other. There's no echo now. Okay, I had to have girl. It's better. I fixed it. Okay. All right. Ooh, this mobile studio life is not easy, y'all. Okay. Guest can stream. Okay. Let me try to drop the post a comment. Here we go. Did y'all is the link posted? All right. Y'all, if you could see what I was doing, I'm not even going to talk about it. You know, I don't do the mobile studio often. Okay, here you go. Can I pin this? I will star this comment. Okay, that's that. Okay. Y'all, mobile studio is no joke. And I can't even see my own comment. Can y'all see my comment? Let me try to get it again. Okay, there it is. I was like, in the name of Jesus, please help. Okay, there we go. I just pinned it. There's the StreamYard link. Okay. Um, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about what happened this week. And I want to talk about if you guys want to get into the jailhouse letters, we can talk about that in just a minute. If anyone has any comments about what's happened this week regarding court, what we have learned about as far as like the case is concerned. Of course, we can talk about the tea, but if you want to talk about what has transpired this week in terms of the case, what our speculation is. I would love to talk about that. And we can get into the letters also. So there's some jailhouse letters. You didn't miss anything. We hadn't got there yet. When I did the update on ERICKA King 2 days ago, um, someone mentioned that they did not know that ERICKA had written a couple of letters to the judge, to various judges. Um, Regarding her situation when she was in Rice Street and after she had her altercation with her roommates in the jail cell. So um, you guys asked me to read those. Now I can't read all of them, but I think I have like two or three letters that I can read to you guys, and then I'll post them. I tried to get them put up. I can try to post them while we're talking, but it's probably not going to work. I'm going to have to dump a few things. Yes, the link is there showing. Okay, yes, I did. I would love to hear you call in and make that sound you do. What's the sound? Okay, thank you, Tai Cherie. Hey, boo. Tai Cherie is our friend in the chat that I was telling you guys about. I shared her video. Ty actually, so you guys who know I am Hazel, down in Atlanta, Ty was there for Hazel's opening of her Spruce Beauty shop. Her beauty bar is what I think she calls it. And so Ty is one of our friends in the chat. So where's Ty? Right here. Yes. So I shared her video a while ago. I'll reshare it again. But yeah, Ty is fun. And Ty is one of our Bougie Gang sisters. So if you want to go check out that video, it is down, and it's really more so like a live stream. We're here over here at Spruce Beauty, showing around, talking to some other YouTube sisters that were there, and then also as Hazel's talking to her friends and family and thanking everybody for coming and all of the things. So that's what it's more of like a, a live stream. Let's see. Good morning. Hey.
Hey, Bougie Gang.
I love
I am reporting
your
live from the
avatar.
toilet.
Oh, no, you're not.
Yes,
Don't do
I am, but
that.
I ain't gonna break it like Drake.
Ooh, ooh, ooh,
Hey,
ooh.
y'all.
How are you?
Girl,
Wait,
Todd.
is this our friend 504?
You know it. You know
Hey,
it.
boo, how are you?
You knew it. Good morning. I never
Good
call in over
morning.
here. I just want to say good
No.
morning. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. How
I'm
are
a
you
little
doing?
tired. I'm good. I'm
Oh
a
my
little tired. You
God.
woke us up at 5:30 this morning.
Okay, I had to. I had to. Because I just, how there's some days when you gotta get it popping early. Because number one, the energy, that's what the energy is, and also you got a lot to
Mm-hmm.
do. So
Girl, I already know. Then I heard you telling Boo Boo, she looked cute. I said, oh, she must be going to get that hair braided. I already
she
knew.
got so I did a Shein order. It was kind of embarrassing because I was like, it was one of those where how Shein is so cheap. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize I had ordered all that stuff. I don't even think I spent $100, and I had a coupon. It was she wouldn't stop taking stuff out the box. I told her she had to go run my stuff back to my office because I was like, if my husband sees I order all this stuff, like it was really just a
Yes.
bunch of junk I did not need. But
Come
then
on,
also,
coupon.
okay,
Okay.
those little like tube dresses that kind of get you snatched? I got her
Mm-hmm.
not super snatched, but I got her a size appropriate, but she looked very cute. I got her like about five of those in like t-shirt material, and then
Mm-hmm.
three other ones that are in like a little bit more elevated fabric. And it's got some ruching on the sides, and it's cute. She can wear it. She's got her honor society induction
Okay,
on
honor
Tuesday.
society.
Okay, Junior
I
Honor
love that.
Society.
Let's go,
Yes.
sis.
Okay.
Baby,
So,
we love smart women over here.
period. That's
I
what we're
don't know about them
doing.
other ones.
Okay. Well,
I ain't
you
gonna
know,
call
that's
no names out, but it's a few
uh,
of them out shift, acting
worried
a
about the
little slick.
wrong things.
Uh
Okay.
huh.
So, yeah, smart is where it's at.
Okay.
Okay. That's why they're mad because we get all deep into this Nesto stuff. Because I mean, it's like figuring out a puzzle.
To us,
And
it's not mind boggling to us.
no, it's not mind boggling. It's human nature. So it's
Absolutely.
funny to see how they run in. Yeah, some people like to run in circles. So and that's what
Listen,
Nesto seems to
we don't
do.
chase our tails over here.
Girl,
This is we are grown and bougie intellects, baby. We don't do that over here. We know what's
period.
going
Even
on.
my puppy don't chase his circles.
I know
He
that's
has
right.
and those are the ones that you would think would be chasing their circles. But even the dogs have elevated from chasing their circles. They don't even do that anymore.
I
Most
know
of
that's
them.
right.
Okay. So
I
what are
know
your
that's
thoughts
right.
on what's happened this week?
Girl, this
What
isn't
do you think?
listen, I'm ready for court, friend. Okay?
Me too. Me too.
My time is limited. I ain't gonna hold y'all because if somebody put a time clock in these comments, I'm I don't
I
want to steal it. But
I gotta
no,
download
I
a
think
time
it's a
clock.
lot going on. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it feels like it's a lot, and then it feels like a lot of nothing at the same time. Like I'm just ready to kind of move forward. Um, the sound of Sonia's voice makes me want to jump out of the window of a moving car.
Mm.
It's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's not civil and I'm tired of it. Between them and then this B&B gate over here that we don't know nothing about. I'm confused about that as well. I don't want to hear anything more about that either.
Wait, what?
B&B gate, that's what I'm calling it.
What's B&B?
Airbnb gate between the two water buffaloes. um
Stop it.
Dennis the Menace and old girl.
Okay.
B&B
The
gate.
dress, the Airbnb, I heard maybe got her
It's
channel
the
struck because
$40.
okay, all the mess. Okay, got
just
it.
just the nonsense. It was
Look,
a
my
good
mom always
distraction, but
told me
it's just
don't
too
play with the
much.
boys. Don't play with the boys. You know what I
Don't play
mean?
with what?
Don't play with the boys. And that
Uh,
converted to like as a woman, don't play with these like we don't play the same games as men. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely
I don't
not.
go back and forth with these men and most men are not going to go back and forth with you, but when they do, like just let it go. Like you know what I'm saying? Let it go how you need to let it go, but I don't believe in playing with these men out here cuz they're men are different from us. And if you
Well,
think you're going to win, it's just it's not a good look
oh,
and it's a waste of energy.
it's a waste of energy and time. But they're one and the same. They feed off of each other. They need each other for this nonsense. They can't run the numbers up like y'all can. So it's a
Oh.
little different. They got to play different games over there. But they still
Mm.
not winning no prizes. Cause yeah, I don't know. I just don't get it. I'm confused. I'm appalled, and I want them to stop talking about it.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
don't.
everything this week has been
Yeah,
insane. I'm glad you did the update on. Oh, I did. Let me see. I got like 2 minutes, y'all. I'm about to get down.
go ahead, baby.
I think that I was appreciative of the recap for Erica.
Yes, thank
I'm
you. I'm
interested to
glad you
see what she
enjoyed it.
has going on. They seem to have pretty decent lawyers though to say that they're not paying for either one of them, right?
The lawyers look good, Mr. Sean
Mm-hmm.
and Miss Joy. They look good, and I'm not saying they're not. I just haven't seen any work being put in
Oh.
terms of on those dockets, like filing motions, things like that. So I'm just going to assume that they're doing things behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and that they are preparing themselves for this week and what's to come. But as far as Erica's lawyer, Erica has already she put her name out there. So she's put
Right.
her name out there and she's also filing motions to ahead of the arraignment so
Mm-hmm.
that as things start happening, it's my understanding she's already laying some very interesting parameters about how certain evidence and information can be used and the access that will be granted to it. So she's putting some stuff out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I'm just ready for court. Okay.
Yes.
I am. I'm at this point. I'm just ready for everybody to just hey come to court. I want to hear it from your mouth. It's too much.
Right.
And
I agree.
I'm really here for some theatrics too. I would appreciate if April Holloway would make an appearance, the real one.
Oh,
I just
you
want
know
to
what?
see. Like I want everybody to be in this courtroom.
She might be on the witness list as quiet as it's kept. She definitely may be on the witness list because she is a victim, and it's quite possible that she's gonna walk in the door and say that she doesn't know that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just to lend to the identity theft and what it can do to you, and maybe, and because identity theft is a reoccurring theme in Erica's situation, and in Nesto, as
Correct.
far
With his
as.
75 aliases. This is ridiculous.
Exactly. So and Nicholas Benzine, who's another Atlanta lawyer that they used on some of the
Mm.
Vista Ray paperwork. So those
Lord have
people showing
mercy.
up, if that costs them, if that created confusion for them, if that's taken away from their businesses, if it harmed, or anything to their reputations, all of those things. So yeah, I mean it, and also just to resonate to the jury about, this is a profession, and these people are tampering with the e-file system, because it wasn't even just identity theft. She went into the system, filed paperwork. She
Hmm.
was working as a lawyer,
Correct.
and not one.
Mm-hmm.
A mess.
That's
And
yeah. They did a
that's an
lot.
unfair advantage to the person that was actually suing Nesto, to the people that were suing Nesto, playing around, and they're paying money for lawyers to get their day in court regarding matters that he has wronged them, that cost them money, and he's playing with a fake lawyer.
Right. Well,
So,
I don't really do the speculative questions. Like, I don't care about these people and how they feel. The only thing I wonder about is, since the calls were released, do you think
mhm.
that, and since it has drawn like this, this type of attention, I wonder if you think they'll pull, like, do you think it'll still be public to everybody? You think they'll still allow it to be public, or allow people to like film what's going on in court, given that it's, it's become like popular on these YouTube streets?
Yeah, I think I do. I think that there's a public interest in this case.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Nesto has been on social media willingly. It's surpassed him not willing to be on social media. He
Right.
has been a willing participant. They've got at least seven. There were at least 8 visits with Sylvia now, the blogger, and he has to be aware that she is monetizing and posting them on a YouTube channel with over 20,000 subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
and that his people have been speaking to, like, Chronicle Speaks, and
Right. So yeah, you've been
his
out here talking to the
mistress
media.
was over
Uh-huh.
here on Tasha K,
Mm-hmm.
and all of these things. So there is a public interest in this case. I don't know that, like, Law and Crime is going to
Oh no,
televise
that's
it, but
fine. I
but
just love it for us though.
but if Law and Crime were to find out about it,
Right.
you never know, because they do stream random, I mean, not random, but they will stream certain cases, and this is a case of interest, and it's very complex. So
Well, we
you
already
never
know
know.
Court TV had a relationship briefly with Cradle Cap. So maybe Court TV will pick it up. Who knows?
Well, exactly. They had an association with her
Right.
as she was being, what they said,
Correct.
apprehended by
Mm-hmm.
marshals, in the courtroom.
Girl, that's
So
too
this is very,
embarrassing.
girl.
Girl, she is out of line. I cannot.
I
I don't want
would,
nothing, y'all. I just wanted to say good morning to Bougie Gang. But let me go
well, I
slide into work
appreciate.
before I lose my job.
No, they would
Bye,
not do that.
y'all. I
Okay,
love
you take care now. Love you too, dear.
y'all.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
All right, bye bye. Okay. We have another friend. So Leo. Okay, no, that's not it. So Leah, go ahead and redo your camera. It's saying that your equipment is not um set up, sis. So it's let me see. So we have a friend backstage. I need for you to, I guess, give access to your camera. You don't have to have your camera on, and I can put a cover over so you don't have to show your face if you don't want to. We're good on that, sis. But you have to engage your camera, okay? You have to engage your equipment, all right? So let me do this. I'm going to push you from the studio. This is our friend Leah. Um, we will pay rent. Okay, so Miss, we will pay rent. Go ahead and leave the studio and come back and engage your camera, okay? Engage your camera, but you can turn your camera off. But you have to give full permission. And then once you give full permission, you can turn your camera off, okay? Do that. Okay, I don't know if you were listening or not, but hopefully you heard me. To our sis that was backstage, come back. Okay. Yes, I think it will still be public. I'm sure the trial will be public. It's just who is going to show up to Atlanta to film. Now, if I'm able, depending on when this thing occurs, then I will definitely ask to be able to have my camera in use at that time. Okay, so Yolanda, okay, sis, you got to put us on mute or close out the YouTube app because it's running in the background. Okay, I don't hear it anymore. Hello? Okay. Um, are you good? You can take yourself off mute.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you, friend?
Hey, how's it going? Happy
It's,
Saturday.
yeah, happy Saturday. Oh my God. I called in like months ago, but I haven't had a chance, you know. I'm always busy, you know, like you handling that business, but
Of
wanted to
course.
be free right now and I got a little bit of tea. Not
Oh,
not
tell
about
us.
Nesto, kind of in
Okay.
relationship to Diddy and what's going on or whatever, but
Mm,
it's just minor. I just came back from vacation from Bali, and guess who I ran into?
stop it. Russell Simmons?
Yes,
What?
girl,
So,
I took a
wait,
yoga
where were
class.
you? Okay,
I
you
was in,
took yoga. Okay, let me be
yeah, I
quiet.
was in the booth. I was in the booth, and one of the activities I did, I signed up for like a hot yoga class, you know, just to experience it there to do something. And I went to the class, found my spot and everything, and like 3 minutes before the class started, he just strolled in. I was like, oh my God.
What
So it
did
was just
you, were
so
you
it was
like,
just
what was your first thought? Like, oh my God.
but in my head, it was oh my God. And then the next thought was it was just me and him, you know, black people in there. So I get like some of those other people probably didn't know who he was. But then I was thinking throughout the class, I was like, I wonder, you know, and say something to him, is he gonna act stuck up or you know, whatever, whatever. But he didn't, girl. We were outside the class cleaning our mats or whatever, and he spoke, you know, how you doing, blah blah blah. Had a little conversation, and he was like, why did you stay at my hotel? You know, he has a hotel there.
Really? I did not know that.
Girl, yes. And
So
we
is
had
he just
actually,
playing broke? Because he tries to play he's broke. Kamora Lee
girl,
says he's
girl,
broke. No,
I
okay, so he
don't
has a
know.
nice hotel.
Yes, and we were gonna stay there, but long story, we didn't know whatever. But
What is
he
it, the
said that
rush
he
card? Is it the rush
no, it's
card
actually no, no,
intercontinental?
it's actually I forgot the name of it, but you can Google it or whatever. Something wellness resort, but
Oh, okay.
you know, it's all vegan. I'm vegan, so that's why I was kind of interested in that. But he said he did have some people from I'm from Chicago. He did have some people from Chicago there, and yeah, he was nice. And in this yoga studio complex, they have a cafeteria, like a cafe downstairs. So
Mm-hmm.
he went down there, and it's like really casual, laid back. He plopped on the couch and was laying down on his phone. I was peeping. I didn't video nothing. But I did take a picture with him.
Okay. Well, can you put a sticker over your face and send it to us, or if
Girl, look, I think about it and send it to you, but I don't know if I want it out there like that. I don't want to be in
just
no
put your
mess.
avatar over your face?
Okay,
Well,
I'll figure out how to
he's
do
not gonna
that.
know. I mean, if he was that friendly, he's friendly to everybody. So he's just living his best
Yeah,
life in Bali. Was that
yeah,
his
girl.
yoga studio?
No, it was no, it wasn't his. It wasn't his. It was like just a yoga studio, just a big one.
Okay.
It's
And
called
what
Yoga
part of
Barn.
Bali were you in?
Abood,
Abu. Isn't it funny to
Abood
go
Bali.
to isn't it funny to go to other countries and it's like, oh, I went to Yoga Barn. Like just a
Girl,
kind of like a very standard American name in the middle of
yeah.
the furthest place that you could be from America.
Girl, in the middle of the forest, girl. Let me tell you,
Okay.
it was so fun. I took a scooter there because there, how we have what do you call what you call the people that drive around? I forgot already.
A
Here, what you call
chauffeur?
it? No, the people that drive people around. Well, I can't think of it.
Oh, a tour guide?
Uber, Uber.
Oh, okay.
You know how we have Uber here? They have.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. They call it Grab, and so it's cars or scooters. So I took a
Okay.
scooter. The scooter, I ordered the Grab. The guy came on the scooter, dropped me off at my yoga class. It was so cool. Anyway, after he got up off the couch, he probably was on social media, girl. Who knows? But he strolled on out of there. Didn't have a care in the world. I was going to get up to see if he was on the scooter or if someone picked him up, but I didn't. But
Girl, he
girl,
was
I don't
probably
know
on a bicycle.
what his finances are, but he's strolling around Bali like, look, I'm good.
Okay,
Huh,
yeah, y'all can't
I
touch
am
me.
good. Okay.
Okay, so he's
But
okay.
and you know why I thought that he might act funny? Because was that a month ago or something? They said that somebody had served him in Bali at his hotel. Remember
Mm.
hearing that story?
But he doesn't
Yes,
have to come. There's no extradition, right?
yeah, right, right. But I thought that he may think that I was a plan or something because why is this random black lady usually? But anyway, it was cool. I was surprised to see him. I couldn't wait to get back to the hotel. I told my girlfriend, I was like, girl, guess who I just saw? Because she didn't go, she's not into that. But she was like, who, girl, what? So I showed her the picture and we like had a, kiki about that. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I love your
Okay.
channel.
Oh,
Just
you're
wanted to
so
share a
sweet.
couple of
Thank you.
things. Girl, I do. You are like my I have so much to say to you, but you are like my I found you in September, right after
Hmm.
I don't know if it was after it broke, but when Shirley was going to make that statement, I found you in September. I was like in Colorado visiting my son, and I found your channel, and I've been hooked ever since. Like sometimes when you
Oh,
got to handle your business, I be like, "Where's Fran?" But you know what I do? I just go and find an old video and listen to that, and I'm good. But
you
I
know I
wanted to say
can't
to you,
tell everybody where I'm going before I go. I'll tell y'all
okay,
after
don't
I
don't
come
tell
back
your left
because
hand. It was your right
no,
hand
you
with your
can.
left hand. Yeah,
Okay,
good.
you
Look, I get it.
cannot.
You
You
cannot.
can't.
And then shortly after that, I remember when Homegirl called you, IS, on a video, and she called you. She came out the bushes, and you told us you were being nice. She was like, go over and check her channel out, blah blah blah. And I wasn't feeling it, and that was a long time ago. And when all this stuff started coming out by her, I was like, I ain't surprised. I wasn't feeling it. I was like, everybody, like you say, everybody like not gonna like everybody, and I wasn't feeling her. Like that one time you told us to go over there, I went over there. I was like, nope.
And it was really, and I'll go look. I'm not trying to back away from it. At the end of the day,
That,
I told y'all that it was that video. Everybody was curious about the CP charges, and she had the warrants. I was trying to get the warrants. I was trying to figure out what the warrant numbers were, and then I finally figured it out and got them. But she had done that video and read the warrants. I guess that's what Sonia seems to forget is that she
yeah.
read the warrants and had a whole bunch of opinions about it, and that was the video that I kept directing out to because it only had like 2,000 views. And I'm like, people love all the juice and details of what's going on in this case. I
Hmm.
couldn't believe that nobody had watched that video, but I mean, now I guess I understand. I mean, I was
Yeah,
like,
girl.
she had the tea, but nobody wanted to go over there for it. I was
Girl.
like, well, damn. I mean, and I don't really like to repeat. Like, I'm not gonna go verbatim all up on what somebody else has. I'm gonna get it myself, and then I'm gonna,
Yeah.
what I mean.
I
So
like that about you.
I don't really like doing that. So that's just
Yeah.
not me.
And I
So
went over that at one time when she read the CP charges, and she acted like she was so disgusted and blah blah blah. Girl, I couldn't even get through it. I was like, it just was something about her. And then when y'all was on Tasha K panel, I was like, something ain't right with what's going on here. I couldn't figure it out then, and I didn't have time, but it all came out.
she was serving a little bit of attitude, but you know why I think it
Yeah.
came out too? I think we got just 1 second. Let me tell this other. So we've got. There's two people behind stage, so you two just bear with us, okay? Give me just a minute. The thing for me is when we were on Tasha K, what we did not know is that she already had a relationship with Sonia. That kind of speaks.
What? Then,
That was November.
girl.
That was November. She had been
Yeah.
talking to me. I think she had been talking to Sonia for a minute. I think
Wow.
that's just, I mean, I have
Yeah.
to really map it out why I think that, but I feel like that has already came out in one way or the other, that
Mhm.
Sonia, that the blogger was emailing Sonia at that point already,
She's so
and that they
thirsty. Oh
probably
my
already
God.
had a relationship because um she didn't even know how to get the warrants, get the paperwork, and she had it all when she went to Tasha K. Where'd she get it from? That's
Girl.
also around the time that she gave her the pictures of the victim. Like, all that stuff was kind of happening around the same time.
Yeah.
I just, my spidey sense says that there was something going on since at least November, and that's her
Mhm.
business, because if Nesto is tracking back to January of having a relationship and knowing, because he said, I've been knowing you for 5 months now. If you watch the prayer partner videos,
Girl.
the video from April, he says
Mhm.
we've been knowing each other 5 months now, back to January, right?
Mhm.
So how does he know her since January? You don't think Sonia knows her before? If he
Oh,
met
yeah,
her
you're
in
right.
January, or he started talking to her and they've been building up this prayer situation since January, when do you think that her and Sonia started to become friendly?
Girl.
So
Yeah.
back to Tasha K, she's over there playing both sides. She was over
Yeah.
there, trying to be the blogger, but also little did we know that, I think she was already friendly homegirls with her. And that's her business. Like that, people
Yeah.
can be friends with who they want.
And you know what? When she got arrested, I was like, what's wrong with that lady? Why is she out there doing stuff like that? Just hearing the background with her, what happened here in Chicago with R. Kelly and all that. I'm like, girl, look, when you get to be, I'm 54. I don't have time for no foolishness like that. Her and Sonya, something wrong with both of them. They special. I seen some video on somebody else's channel when IS had her bond hearing. Girl, a fool. A fool. I was like, this
Um,
lady is special.
I'm gonna share the link. One of our sisters who's backstage right now has it on her channel, Legacy Moon. She comes to our chat. I'll share her link. She has the try. She has the bail hearing on her channel. I'll share it. Let me tell y'all
Girl.
this. Oh, what were you gonna? You were saying something about her in the bail hearing, and you would be embarrassed.
I mean,
Oh,
I'm saying about
last
the
night.
age. I think she's around my age. I'm 54. I'm
She's
like, who has time for
57.
that?
She's
Girl,
57.
bye.
Last
Girl.
night, I got a screenshot, okay? Why was the guy alleged that she has beef with, and who has I don't know if they have restraining orders against each other, whatever, this trespassing, stalking, this whole situation going on in Clayton County, that man was on her panel last night.
Last night.
That's what,
Girl.
okay?
Girl. What's going on
That's,
with Dennis? All that is a fool. Her son,
I have no idea.
something wrong with her and Sonya. Anyway, let me get back up to current. I think that what we know, girl, the baby from the lady from the strip club that already has 7 kids, and what's her daughter's
Yes.
name? Sydney. Got girl.
That little off the grid baby, all we can do is pray for that baby. Just pray that the
Exactly,
hedge of protection is surrounding the
girl.
baby, and the baby is
mm,
going to be okay. and no hurt or harm comes to that baby, because I
Hmm.
mean, it's just a shit show. It's a
Um,
shit show.
I Sonya don't go to the doctor. You think she's taking the baby to the doctor?
Girl, that
Man,
baby has
hopefully
no
Sydney taking
shots.
her.
That baby don't
Girl,
have no shots. That
I
baby
think
is
that's,
probably doesn't even have paperwork. That girl might have had that baby at home, cut the umbilical
oh my
cord,
God.
and handed it right over to Sydney. Like that's what
She said,
people do.
yeah, yeah.
If you have
Um,
baby number 7, you don't think you're a champ at having babies?
that's what I was just gonna say. That's
Girl,
what I was just
they'll
gonna
have a
say.
baby and
Girl,
be up making eggs and grits the next day.
the next
My
day. Yeah.
Okay, as soon as you have 2 or 3 babies, moms are, you know what I'm saying, like, we're built for this. So there's a lot of people out here. Once you pass like the threshold of 3 kids, the
Hmm.
you talk to anyone who's had like 3 or more kids, they if as long as they've had healthy, smooth pregnancies, they're ready for regular life within 24 hours. Like,
Yeah. No,
having a
I
baby
only
is
had
just, yeah.
yeah, I
I
only
only
had
have my
two and I
one,
can too.
so
Yeah. I in the beginning, like maybe months ago, I used to think that maybe what was I gonna say about Sonya? Sonya, I don't understand after her traumatic, shoot 'em up bang bang at the house. I think Sonya has always been like she is. Very she low self-esteem, very thinking everything, want men to always focus on her. Just she just seems like a shit starter, not a friend and nobody. That friend she is her name Debbie, or that maybe that's Shirley friend. She
that's
seemed
Shirley's friend.
normal.
Oh,
How
you're
could
talking
that
about Yvette.
Yvette,
Yvette.
she seemed,
Hmm.
well, we haven't heard her talk or nothing really, but she seemed from the out, from the brief glance at her, seems kind of normal compared to Sonya. Like, girl, let me
And
tell you
she
something.
has a man. Yes, man is
Yes.
married. She looks like she lives a normal lifestyle. I've seen her
Yeah.
Instagram feed. Man
Hmm.
has a little bit younger husband. You know, they make a very nice couple. But yeah, uh,
Girl, I hope she don't
look,
invite Sonya over.
look, Sonia found her true friend in IS. Okay,
Girl, that ain't gonna
that's
last.
her buddy.
That
Well,
ain't
because
gonna
they're
last.
fugazi, but look,
Yeah, that
okay.
ain't gonna last. But I think Sonya has always been this person that we're seeing, and it's actually really sad to see. But I wouldn't have a friend like that. When I was younger, or definitely not now. Like if I meet a
Mm.
friend at work or something at my age, I'm like, girl, look, I like keep people to a distance for a minute before I even gonna even talk to you about anything past work. At least 6 months, you got to be vetted. And if you show any kind of signs of some foolishness like this, oh, I'm going to see my boyfriend at the jail. Jail, girl, you got girl. No,
You look,
no,
you just came from Bali. That's enough right
girl.
there.
Okay,
You
look,
came from a nice trip out of town. You were on your nice trip, not just out of town, out of the country, way out of the country, and ran into Russell Simmons. So we already know how
girl,
you're traveling, sis. And
girl.
that does not compare. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We
But
don't have
one
to
more
compare ourselves next to women like that. That's okay.
girl, and
Yeah, it's
Nesto.
okay.
I think that Ernesto. I think that he's a little MR, and
What's
he don't.
MR? Mental, oh God.
Yeah, girl. I don't
Re,
think that
you think
all
he's
that.
Riri?
Girl, yes. He don't in his
Oh,
mind. He don't think that anything he's done is wrong. What?
his
Girl, well, I seen
capacity
that
is
video.
not
That
good.
prayer was that prayer video one when he was talking about he seen the devil. Girl, I almost ran out the room. I said, "Oh my
I was
God,
like, and he was so comfortable with it
he
too. I
sure
was like,
was." And I
girl,
asked with her girl, let
baby.
me stop. With her Bible thumping to sit there and listen to that, she should have been like, "What? No, you seen the devil, girl? Ain't nobody never told me no shit like that." Oh, I'm sorry. And I would not handle that well. I almost cut the video off. I was like, oh my God, he's seen the devil.
Well, sometimes we need to see certain things to confirm the wisdom that we already have. So it's okay. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? You have to believe that God will protect you, and at the end of the day you rebuke those type of things out of your out of you. Those things can't get in you. Like,
Yeah.
that the hedge of protection is real. Okay.
I'm just
And we are also armed with our the full suit of armor, Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Like a Nesto can't infiltrate what you got going on. And you just
Yeah,
have to know
definitely
that.
not,
So
girl. Look, I
now what she
look.
got going on, I don't know. I can't speak for it, but at the end of the
Hmm.
day, Nesto is a weird somebody. And
Girl,
I don't think he's anybody that I would be running to try to help, considering that he's
no.
been on a mission of destruction and chaos for a very long time.
Very long time. And it's surprised. I'm surprised that he's surprised about how the criminal system works for criminals. You've been through this before. Why are you so surprised by what they doing? That's what
Because he's
happened.
used to getting out in 24 hours. He's used to getting bond. He's used to no pros. He's used to not, even though he has served time, it's been a minute since he really had to serve crime. I mean,
Yeah,
serve time for his crimes.
yeah.
He's been getting arrested and he's been getting slaps on the wrist. And I think, I don't want to speak out of turn, but even Dion's cases, Dion has pending cases and they've been pending for a while, like
Hmm.
years. So it's quite possible that he has, timed out of certain things, or he's used
Yeah.
to, in the last 20 years, maybe a slap on the wrist, or the last, maybe not 20 years, but let's just say the last 10, 15 years, maybe he's been used to a little slap on the wrist since he got out and has been in association with Shirley. But
Hmm.
not anymore.
Yeah. Girl riding around and Bente, girl, I don't even know. I can't afford no car like that. Red bottoms and all that crap. Girl, look, I'm surprised that people that do dirty stuff like him and Diddy and stuff like that always talking about they talking to God. Girl, I seen a video on YouTube of somebody dressed up like God and Diddy was calling. It was hilarious. God would answer the phone.
Okay, guys, like, look, you have,
Girl, with the
okay,
one of the most recent, I don't know, a couple of videos ago when Dion was talking to his daddy trying to cap for him about Shirley, and he was talking about, yeah, then whoop de whoop whoop, and you explained to us what whoop de whoop was. Girl, I fell out.
okay, whoop de whoop is
But I
on
was
that
like, that was
bullshit.
much needed because
Whoop de
some of
whoop
us
is
may
like
not have
fuckery.
known what that was exactly. I said, friend is crazy. But I just want to say
Look,
I love you. Oh, you know what I want to say
oh,
to
you're
you?
so sweet. Uh-huh.
Have you ever thought about doing I don't know where you can do this or whatever, but like sometimes I listen to audiobooks. Have you ever thought about doing a reading for like a book for an author, or I don't know, write your own book and do one? Cuz you know,
Voiceovers.
yes, we love your voice.
Oh,
You have such a gift with captivating the audience when you're telling a story or when you're just talking, and I love it because a lot of times I'm listening
oh,
to your video, girl, I fall asleep.
oh.
And like some audiobooks I listen to, as soon as they start talking, I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
You can't take it. Okay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you probably
but
should look
I
into
don't have
that
that
because I
effect on you. Okay. You're
no,
sweet.
no,
Thank you.
no,
Thank you so
no.
much.
I've been
I
hooked
don't.
since September.
Oh, you're a doll. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. But so
yeah.
call us back again. I'm gonna get to our other two sisters, but thank you so much,
Okay,
hon. I appreciate it.
okay.
I'm really interesting
Oh,
perspective. So
oh,
thank you for calling in.
and I'm gonna send you the picture when I figure out how to put an avatar over it, and I'll send it to you. But what, through your
Okay.
email?
Email, Instagram, whatever you want to send.
Okay. All right. Thanks, friend.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All
Happy
right. Take
holiday,
care.
everyone.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye. Okay. Okay, Legacy Moon, I got you backstage, hon. Okay, just so I've got our other sister up. Is this we gonna pay rent?
Oh, hello.
Hey boo.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Oh my
Hey girl,
God, I
hey,
can't
what's
believe
going
I'm
on?
online.
Hey girl,
Okay.
what's up?
I love you. Okay, so I'm gonna
Girl, we
keep it
are
short and
live
sweet
in
because
the
I
parking
know.
lot at the African braid shop, okay? Ah, we are live, girl. It's the African braid shop next door to the Dominican blowout spot.
Okay,
Okay.
all
So
about
the
the
parking
good
lot
looks
is jumping
today.
right now. Okay.
All about the good looks today.
Ah!
Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I know
Okay.
504 got us on the timeline.
Okay.
So thank you so much for saying my name right. It's Leah. And I love the vibers, the intellects, and you. And why
Thank
this
you.
dog want to start clowning as soon as I
We're
get
dog
on this
lovers over
phone?
here. It's
Because you know
okay.
that's what they do.
Like, oh,
Okay.
mom's talking. Let's go ahead
Yes.
and run
So
amok.
I'm technically challenged. I was online earlier, but you had to put me off because I didn't know what I was doing.
It's okay. You got
So
it.
I thank you for being patient with me, and I thank you 504 for helping me change my name to We Pay Rent. Because when you was reading that letter,
Well,
okay, and the
okay. I was
first sentence
like,
was "We pay rent." You know that was Nesto.
oh, we gonna pay the rent. Yeah, you know that was him.
He
Shirley
is.
didn't write. I said Shirley didn't write that letter, and someone commented at all. I
She did not write that letter, girl. When I
at
saw that, I
all.
just started cracking up.
And we pay bills at another house in California. And when we pay all our bills, we only had $2,000 left. I was like, what kind of letter is that? Are you kidding me? That's not these people's problem. They are
Exactly.
so ghetto.
Yes. That
Meanwhile, that
was,
man got a mortgage to pay.
yes. Right. Ain't nobody worried about you and your problems. Do what you said you was going to do.
Right.
Okay? Pay the rent. Mhm.
Exactly.
Okay, so the next thing I want to say is Nesto versus Erica's new lawyer. Ooh, when you said she requested the kitchen sink,
Okay.
why aren't his lawyers requesting the kitchen sink? Is what I want to
His lawyers have been in play for a month now. This lady has been on the scene for a week, and
know.
there's no
Right,
updates on his docket. And
right.
immediately, this lady has updates on Erica's docket. Why is there no
Okay.
updates to his docket?
Yes. And you know what? And that leads me to believe that Shirley knows some people in some high places, and they like, yeah, Negro, you messed over the wrong black woman. We protecting this black woman over here. That's
Okay.
what it's given. I think that's what it's given. It's given we are protecting this black woman over here, and you and all your shenanigans all the way from California, Kentucky. He was doing he was all over.
Well,
And
I
that's
think from the referendum of squatters, which they were not necessarily squatters, but they he has a lot of rental fraud. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a lot of this case hinges on several rental fraud cases. That's number one.
Mm-hmm.
Identity theft,
Mm-hmm.
practicing law without, practicing fake law. So many different things. I think
Mm-hmm.
Nesto could be used as an example
Ooh,
for, like, we're not dealing, like,
yes.
don't come do this dirty type nasty work here
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. I see that. Now I see that. Now I see that. And
plus,
I
Fonnie's
believe,
not playing. Fonnie's
oh
running for
no,
reelection.
she won. She
Well,
won.
she
Didn't
won
she
her
won?
primary. She won her
Okay.
primary, and
Okay.
now she's going to go up against someone else. But
Okay.
getting these type of people off the street, Nesto might
Yes.
end up being. He was worried about Natalie Fields getting a promotion. You better worry about November because
Wait a
damn
minute. She
Fonnie,
made detective off of me.
she made detective off of me. She got a
Stop.
$20,000 raise over me.
Oh my
Nesto is so worried
gosh.
about people's coins. Between Nesto worried about people getting promotions and Sonia being worried about people's channels and what kind of check they're
Yes.
getting and the views, what kind of views they get? 20 views? No, they got like
Yes.
45,000.
Oh my God. I love it here. I love y'all. And I crack up just like this every time. Can you please say check?
Oh, that check on. Girl, that is so. Girl, Sonia is so worried about them checks.
Yes.
She
And
wants
she
them
mad.
shekels.
She is
She
so
mad.
mad that everybody is
Girl.
making money except for her broke, raggedy, bald headed ass. Okay. Ooh.
Girl.
Broke, bald headed, lying,
Girl, if you look to
clucker.
the
Oh,
left and look
yes.
to the right and your homegirls are all broke, you need to find
Yes.
some new friends because damn it,
Yes. Ooh.
her team over there asking for damn gas money, lunch money, damn dress money,
Oh,
all
yes.
kinds of
Yes.
nonsense.
Like,
Okay?
what?
Girl,
Good
it's like a
job. See, and
damn
that's
go.
what dummies do. They follow
Okay?
other dummies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So okay, that's all I had to say. I love you. I love
Love you
all.
too,
I only
sis.
listen to you, Nyla, and Pam. And oh,
Okay,
wait a minute.
period.
The other one now. Oh, you just said her
Legacy?
name.
Oh, Legacy Moon.
Legacy Moon.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Y'all have like the same like humor that I have. And yeah, let me go finish being grown and bougie and have my
Okay.
uh champagne brunch right about now.
Period. Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoy your weekend. Yes,
I'm listening.
absolutely. Enjoy
You
your
too.
weekend. Have some good food, some good drink, and enjoy
Yes.
yourself.
And
Absolutely.
oh, and congratulations on being an honor student, mom. Girl, you keep
Thank
doing the
you.
damn thing. Okay.
My
Because it
daughter says
takes
she
a
wants to be a
village.
doctor. She said they asked her
Oh,
what she wanted to do, and she said she
oh,
wanted to do BBLs. I was like,
oh.
Farrah, you got to say I want to be a plastic surgeon. You got to say cosmetic
Okay.
plastic
Yes.
surgery. Don't
Yes.
say BBLs, baby.
Yes.
Don't say that.
Plastic
Just
surgeon.
say
Oh,
cosmetic plastic surgeon. That's what you want,
yes.
okay?
And we will support her. If she's selling raffle tickets, you let us know. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye. I love you,
Thank you.
Bougie
Love you
Gang,
too.
all day. Woo
Okay, take care.
woo. Bye.
All right,
You
bye-bye.
too. Now I got to figure
Okay.
out how to get back on the
I
TV.
got you. Let me see. Okay. Okay, let me get out of that. Okay, Legacy Moon.
Hey, can you hear
Legacy
me?
Moon. Hey sis, how are you?
Hey,
Thanks for
um,
waiting.
huh?
Thanks for waiting.
Oh, that's okay. I'm thinking about writing the electric company and telling them we gonna pay you, but we gonna pay the electric bill because we
Oh
got
my
one of
God.
those too.
Can you
That's what
believe
I.
that? That man is such a mess. We
He
gonna
is.
pay rent. And they never paid it. Well, Shirley ended up paying it because Shirley got a garnishment in her.
Yeah,
So they
that.
actually never paid.
You know that when you were doing that live, I came in like 10 minutes late, and you were reading the things, and I tapped in the chat. I was like, "Who?" I said, "Shirley didn't write this," and somebody else said, "Yeah, we know." Because you were
Girl.
the even the text messages, and then Dominique, I'm like, well, she don't. That's Nesto's friend, so that can't be it either. So I don't know whether she knew about it or not.
Well,
But what?
her email address, was it it was Dominique Alexander email address. But the
Hmm.
funny thing is that she was dealing with Vista Ray Properties. So just anyone who doesn't know, um, the eviction at Bent Creek Manor in Alpharetta. Um, they may have thought they were talking to Shirley. They may not have been talking to Shirley. I'm not sure, but it's in the RICO. So I think now more than ever, Shirley is going to have to show up to this trial. She's going to have to because there's a lot of things that happen with her name, whether it was knowingly, unknowingly, because she definitely lived at Bent Creek. But just to segue to PGR, which is Pine Grove Road, allegedly Dominique was one of the names used when they secured that property because it was they met with someone, Alasia Alexander, who said that they were renting the place for some rich people, which was Shirley Strawberry and her husband Ernest Williams. Even though he said he don't know them folks, he never lived there, she wouldn't have lived at that place because it was raggedy, all of those things. But Dominique, maybe Dominique hasn't been front and center on this internet because she probably knows she's going to have to testify.
Yes, and you said it wrong. It's Shirley Strawberry.
Oh, Shirley Strawberry. I'm sorry. Girl, I was trying to stop being a little bit petty, but you know what I'm saying? When I get in my petty, that's when I say Strawberry. Girl, that's
Yes,
Strawberry.
I had posted this picture on my community wall, and a subscriber told me to Google something because she was trying to tell me that's what it looked like. So I put the picture of I can't sheephead dog or something because I took a picture of the side view of when Sonia was showing how long her hair was. And I put that up there. And when you compared the pictures, it did really look alike. So I said, a messy describer got me Googling. I said,
Okay.
describe. Because, sometimes when I do my intro for the video, I mess up and I say describe sometimes and not describe. And I have to go back and do it over. I said, that's what happens when you pick at people. But anyway, what I came up here to really ask was, first of all, hi, Dr. Charles, because she saw hi to me and I didn't know how to respond because I was
Hi, Dr.
backstage.
Charles. Hey, boo.
But okay, Laverte, whose child is she? Is she Martha's or Edith's?
I believe she's Edith's.
Because okay, now who's the wife that wasn't divorced until 219 or 221?
That was Martha because Carol got divorced from Nesto within a short period of time. Let's just say in and out within a year, like maybe within 2 or 3 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
They were done. Um, so there was an overlapping situation with Martha. And then I don't know about Dion's mom. I know Nyla reported something on that. I'm gonna have
Mm-hmm.
to ask her. I don't know if she'll re-upload it or if I can get the information of Dion's mom. But there's Edith. We know Carol. We know Martha. Obviously, we know Shirley. But there is Dion's mom, and I just can't think of her name. Which one is? If any, does anyone know? In the chat what Dion, there's another wife, but so it makes five wives because Sonia kind of dropped that tea on Tasha K that she didn't want to be wife number six. And yeah, there was actually five wives. Now, Edith says she trumps everybody because they never got divorced. But I don't know if at the time that they went with the indictment that if they had all of that information or were able to validate everything. So they
Mm-hmm.
probably just went with the fact that we know that he was married to Martha, and maybe they were able to track that paperwork and that divorce because that would, even just that marriage alone still makes him a bigamist
Right.
whenever he married uh Carol and Shirley. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, then my the last thing I wanted was to say that first of all, at the new Infamous channel, you're allowed to cuss over there, but last night that she was actually playing a live that one of her mods did, who is, as far as I'm concerned,
Oh, that was
harassing.
not live.
No, she
Where
was
Dana J was on there.
yes, Sylvia
Okay,
was
so he
live.
wasn't on her panel. That
No.
was a live from. Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
That yeah, that one of her mods did, who, as far as I'm concerned, is still harassment through a third party. I saw that. I said I ain't gonna say nothing, but I
And
mean,
she played it on her channel,
she played it on her channel. Yes, she did.
which I saw a screenshot of it. Um, Look, we can't prevent anybody from doing stupid things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All we can do is this is what we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a good example of what we can do. Okay, look at your screen. That's all we gonna do. That's all we gonna do. Okay, that's what we gonna do.
But you know
Let
something?
people let people be stupid and let people get themselves in trouble because on if that's the case, right? What you're
Hmm.
saying, I think that makes absolute sense, and I completely agree with you. But you know what? And then
What?
her furthermore, her broadcasting it, so her third party person is dealing with this person and Okay. Then you play it on your channel, somebody who you have
Right.
a restraining order against.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I'm not even that man could be calling somebody right now because I think that that would be a violation of the terms of the bail. I don't know, but not my just girl.
That's what when I saw it, I was like, this woman doesn't know when to quit. And then if somebody reports her and she gets rearrested, then she'll be crying again. So she doesn't know when to quit. But that's what I thought. So I just wanted to clear that up too.
No, I think that that's valid, and that was stupid. But you know what I mean? Not my girl, not my. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just, you know how
Yeah.
the expression, not my circus, not my monkeys, not my
Yeah.
problem.
But
Okay,
y'all stop picking on her because you're making her A1C go up. That's
who's
all.
you know what make look as a type 2 diabetic, let me tell you something. You know what makes your A1C go up?
Mm,
Prolonged high glucoses. So you have consistent high glucoses over because your A1C is a 90-day average of your glucose. That
right.
glucose, A1C at 11, sis, your glucoses have been out of order, and that is a direct result of eating. That is of the type of eating that you're doing, non-taking of insulin, and not taking your medicine. And if this lady ends up having problems, that's her business. The fact that she has an 11 A1C, you are certified type 2 diabetic. And that's if she doesn't want to do what it takes to manage her diabetes, she cannot blame the YouTube streets.
Yeah.
A1C has nothing to do with it. Um, as far as stress is concerned, stress can do certain things to your cortisol levels, and that can add to weight. But as far as blaming the YouTube streets because your A1C is high is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. And only somebody dumb is going to believe that. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's her business.
Yeah.
Sis, keep
Okay.
blaming the YouTube streets. Like, that's okay, girl. And you'll
It,
still
it's
stay where you at. You know what I mean?
so.
You got to deal with the reality that you're not. She says she hates to take medication. So you are
Mm-hmm.
insulin dependent. You are diabetic and you're not taking insulin. That's why your A1C is high and your diet is not able to regulate. Whether her diet is good or not, if you are type 2 diabetic, even if you are eating perfectly, if you are insulin resistant, you are going to still have a high glucose. You have to take insulin to offset, or you have to go and you have to lose some weight.
Right.
That's
Well,
it.
just so everybody's clear, she's stressed out and she doesn't get cash apps because she broke away from Nesto. So
Really.
everybody, yeah. So everybody just needs to know that. I'm getting ready to drop down, but yeah, that's what she's claiming.
She needs to
She,
stop lying.
yeah, I know, I know. I mean, because as far as I could see, she wasn't getting them in the first place. But
Okay,
yeah,
like girl,
I'm.
she's that was, you know what that was? Some dry beggary. Okay,
Yeah, well,
girl.
well, a lot of people were telling me, oh, she was crying, and they said tears equals cash app. So
Not
that's
not necessarily true.
well,
Sometimes you're gonna get cash apps, sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? Like there's
mm-hmm.
just times where it
Well,
kind of
no,
comes in and sometimes it
not
doesn't.
not in general, but her tears equals cash
Mm,
app. Yeah.
mm.
So okay, well, everybody
Okay,
have
sis.
enjoy their afternoon, and you enjoy yours. I don't know how many hours you're going to be sitting there, but
Girl, I'm getting ready. After I finish up with you guys, I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and she should be done soon. I'm used to it. I always wait for her. She does not like for me to go home and leave her. So, and I don't like to be too far.
yeah, I
So,
don't blame you. Okay, bye,
okay.
y'all.
All right, take care. All right, bye-bye. Okay, guys. I got Dee Star. I got Lex Rich and PW. Dee Star. Hey, boo.
Hey, friend, it's been a while since I've been able to get up on your platform. What's going on with you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I am
Happy
great.
Saturday.
Happy Saturday. You know, I'm the one who, like, when you say bullet house.
Oh, really? Okay, Bullet
when you
House.
say that, it takes me out,
Bullet
and I'm at
House.
work dying. I'm so happy I work at
Ah,
because I crack up. And and the other thing I want to tell you, I just woke up because I've been working all week trying to get that checker.
Oh, you
I've
better.
been
You
serious
better.
trying to get the checker. Well,
Yes.
every time you say that, I'm
That
telling you, I
check.
die.
That's how I feel when I think about money. I don't play. I
Uh,
do not play about my money.
it's real.
Also, you know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, I might have different like I might not want to work. So I just think it's important to do what I want to do when I want to do it because one day I want to do something different. And you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's fun. I think it's a it's even more fun when you can do things that are pleasant and also make money. Like if you like your job, you love what you're doing. Girl, someone just dropped me a check in my Cash App.
See,
Thank you to the
and you
sis who
so
just dropped me some Cash App. Thank
so
you.
let me tell you. So you are my inspiration, one of them, because I have a few on YouTube. I started my channel like last month,
Oh,
and
good.
but I always watch you. I love the way you do your graphics. I'm trying to learn, from everybody, but I want to talk about Nesto, but I can't because I just get so upset, and I
Mm.
want to be passionate about other things. I don't want to be passionate about him because I wish I could go sit in that courtroom just one time because he gets on my everlasting
Okay.
nerve. And IS, because that's all I can give her. I can't even say her real name no more
The
because
blogger. Just say the blogger.
the
The blogger.
blogger, the
The
the lion
blogger.
blogger.
Ooh.
Do you
Okay.
know when I was on her? I think it was last week when you talked about it, and when the revelation came up that she had been talking to them longer than we knew.
Mhm.
I was so happy you got that because I've been thinking it for the longest. And I'm
She
gonna
been in
tell
them
you,
bushes for a minute, friends with them folks.
she was, and I was in her members only 1 month because when I heard that members only live and she said she told everybody's information, that pissed me off so bad because I was like, how dare you do that? And this man is a whole criminal
Yes,
because
the
I feel
members
like,
only to the investigator,
yeah, but
and that
I was
she gave
thinking,
Chronicle Speaks and PCFP,
yeah.
and then she kept asking me, did they call me? But she never said she gave them my information.
When I
Maybe she
heard,
did.
oh, I was so mad when I
Mhm.
heard that. I
Yeah.
was like, how do you do that? And I was what really pissed me off because I was out shopping and she was like, everybody get on my members, and I wasn't on her members yet. So I'm trying to get on, when you're on the iPad, sometimes the iPhone, you can't find the join button and all that. So I'm doing all this stuff just to get on there and hear that mess. I was so pissed. I
And
was
she
like,
thought it was funny that she gave out
she
everybody.
did.
Remember, she was laughing. She was like, "Don't tell
Yes.
me anything," and da 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 da
Yes.
da.
And
And
then
I
she
was just
called her
like,
daughter. She called her daughter and asked her daughter, if I know anything, what will I do? And her daughter was like, you'll tell it.
"Tell
I
it."
said, this is ridiculous. I said, this woman is horrible. That's when I first saw her. But my other two things was, you get on there, she first want to pray. And I kept saying, something's about these prayers. Something's not right about these prayers. I don't know. It's something not right. I don't know this lady, but it just don't feel right. And then after that, she always, well, I haven't had lunch today. And
Girl,
it
dry
took me
begging.
yes, it took me so long to get to the courthouse. And I'm
And
doing
my
this
gas ain't
job.
right. That
Yeah.
needle, ooh, all
Oh
those
my God.
miles.
I was like, what are we listening to? What is going on here? So I was like,
You would have thought you were watching TBN on some
yeah.
crazy. Remember back when Jim and Tammy Faye, girl, they would be so smooth with it.
And before you know it, you giving a cash app and doing that. And then I'm gonna tell you the last thing that hit me. The last thing that made me really upset, because I am a survivor. So I was on her live. This was the last time I was on her live, and I had just sent her a super chat. This really pissed me off. I was like, "Can I get my money back?"
Ooh, no, you
She,
didn't.
I did. I got tricked into it, and because she was crying that night, and she started telling this story about how the reason why she does the court thing is because her husband was falsely accused. Okay, that's how she went into it.
Uh
And she
huh.
saw how the courts was doing them and this, that, and the other. Now she ain't never talk about her accusations with the foster kids. She just said her husband. Dana J said she got her own accusation and might have even pled guilty, but that's not, that's a hearsay, alleged. I
Mm.
don't know for sure. But she said, so I do what I do for the voiceless. And then that heifer said, the defendants. I was done. So
Mm.
when she go to court and all of this stuff she's doing is never for the victims. It's always for the person sitting at that table being accused because she knows how it feels since her husband was accused.
Yeah, so she's like a criminal advocate. She's like an advocate for not a criminal, so a criminal defendant advocate. Maybe she's I don't even know how to explain it, but she is look, I'm all for if somebody I think PW, give us just a second, baby. I got you. Um I'm all for justice for the right because there's no justice for anybody just to put someone in jail. It needs to be justice of the person who has wronged somebody, right? I
That's
get that. I get that. And Nesto has all his time that he spends with Sonia on the phone rather than dealing with his own wife. He started that shit. He
right.
started up this relationship and distracted his own self away from his own marriage and has put himself in the position where he's at right now with no paid lawyer and sitting where you have a wife who has a damn near billionaire boss who possibly could have done something for you, but you were out here acting a complete asshole to this lady that her boss, who could probably move a little bit of heaven and earth for him, didn't do shit
Yeah,
because of that mouth that you're running. That mouth is what's going to get you and going to keep you where you're at. Aside from that, that's not my problem. He's gonna go to court and he's gonna have his day, and the rest of it is I don't give a shit. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't. I care just about as much about that as anybody else I watch on Law and Crime Radio. It's nothing against Nesto. Nesto is a complete idiot. Okay? That's what makes it funny. But at the end of the day, as far as him getting his day in court, he's going to get the day in court that he deserves based on the way he is moving right now. And that's it. Like for anyone to take it any more personally is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like he shouldn't be feeling picked on. He's basically picked on himself and he's got this team around him. Sonia and the blogger is absolutely insane.
it's crazy. And you know what's even more interesting? You can be for the defenders if you want to. But then don't be mad when you get the smoke because you asked for it. Because you
Right.
game. You played the whole game. She read all the documents. I was on there when she was reading the victims' names, and I kept saying, "Why is she reading these victims' names like this? Why is she
That's
just
how I found her channel. Some one of y'all sent her to me. And I was like, "Oh, she got all this information." And I was just really getting started and I hadn't gotten myself registered on all the damn 50 million websites I needed to be able to get some of this stuff.
right?"
So yeah, she had that tea. So yeah,
And yeah,
that's why people were tuning in.
right. And when I heard her say the victim's name, that alarmed me because I was thinking, you're putting people out there that up or whatever because they're part of this case, and they should not be victimized over and over again because
Right.
you're on YouTube. Anybody can pull this video, so we don't know who's listening. Whatever. There's a lot of us that have sense, but there's a lot of us that don't out here. There's some crazy folks out here that'll just go in.
Right.
Because so I thought that was
Reach out or go try to find people at their jobs. Like I can tell you with the Shanquella Robinson thing here in
that
Charlotte, people actually were calling, and hey, people do what they want, the type of justice that they felt they needed to do for the young lady, but they were going to that man's school. And I
yep.
mean, that also infiltrates into young children and all that kind of stuff on the school property. So that really wasn't cool. I don't really care if those people kept their jobs or not that beat that girl to death, but people were going into people's jobs. That can endanger innocent people when those type of things happen. They beat them girls down at the nightclub. I mean, A lot of stuff happened. So yeah, knowing those people's names, and they got what they, was coming to them. However, it does, you never know how those situations can turn out. So you're right that that type of justice is not safe. And putting people's names out, whether it's the victim or, potential suspects or witnesses, can be a little dicey. So yeah.
And and a lot of times, we just have to understand that these are real people, and some of this is entertainment for us, but it's scary out here already, just on an everyday basis. We don't know what can happen from one day to the next. And some of these people have children that have nothing to do with this, family members, other people around them that has nothing to do with this, and for me with Ernesto, the only reason why I don't feel anything for him, it's because listening to these calls let me know that he's really about what he's doing. And when he say he know he's done, he knows he's done. He has said on a number of times that it's over for him. He knows it. That's why he don't care. He says whatever. He doesn't care because he really feels his life is over. I don't even really feel like that he want to defend himself. I feel like Sonia wants to defend him more than he wants to defend himself. To me, Sonya thought that she was about to get a money grab from him because he was married to Shirley. She saw all that he had on Instagram. When she talk about his Instagram, don't she sound like a little child? Like, ooh, and I saw you with the such. I have never heard of 55.
Yeah, like she actually knows him. Like she was learning her man, earning her man by studying his Instagram.
It was unreal. I said, this is sick. And then he's
Hmm.
not saying a word because he kind of loved the fact that she loved that about him. That makes him feel like a bigger man. But then at the same time, he knows what he's done. So when she's giving him an alibi, making up one as they go, I can't understand. Oh, no, 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 no. See, you couldn't have done that because you was in California. How you? Where were you?
She came up with an alibi for Scott Peterson.
Yeah.
She came up with an alibi for Diddy.
I,
She come up with an alibi for everybody.
this
She
girl.
protects men over women. She I don't know what you call a woman like her. Maybe she is a misogynist too. I don't know, but she will protect a man over a woman, and she has a disdain for women because I think she's still mad at her mom. Like we've said before, sis, we're not your mama. We're
Right.
not her boo boo. We didn't do it. We're not your daddy. He picked a bunch of women over his daughters. We're not them. So stop hating the YouTube streets, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she takes a lot of her aggression out on the YouTube streets. And it's the aggression that she has for her parents.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'm gonna let you go, friend. I'm not gonna hold up your the whole time.
Okay.
I just had to jump on here because usually I'm getting my checker when you're.
Okay, get that check. Get that check. You have to. You have to. It's so important. You know what
Well,
I mean?
I'm listening and I'm following you, and I'm glad that you are having the revelations that's been out there because this is about to get really deep. When they go to court, it's gonna be something else. This is gonna get. We are not. I don't think we're ready for everything. Like you were mentioning, there's some things you can't play. I don't think we're
Hmm.
for everything that's going to come out in this trial.
Oh, I cannot. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be a lot. And just to say something too about the blogger thinking that people are mad because she didn't want to be friends with people anymore. Bitch,
Oh,
please.
what was
Okay,
what was that?
bitch, please, girl.
Oh,
I don't know.
yeah, and then when she
Um,
told him when she went to the jail and told him I was done. I was like, this
I
girl
don't know who she was
is crazy.
friends with on that level that was actually missing. This is my thing. My brief interactions with that woman, when I realized that Sonia and Nesto were using her, I reached out and tried to give, like, sis, they were laughing at you. You might want to watch that video, blah, blah, blah. She never responded. If you know what I mean, like, I'm just going to put my 2 cents in on that portion. It wasn't no planning some girls trips to anywhere. I don't know this lady, but from YouTube it's quite all right.
Right, right.
So At the end of the day, I was, it was on some, we both do YouTube. We're covering some of the similar content or whatever. I don't, she might have been talking about other people. I wasn't offended by it, but I just want to be clear, sis, seriously,
I think she
none
thought.
of these people that you know from the internet are sitting around crying and mourning the loss of a friend. I don't think it's that deep. Like, she just is literally trying to use people to dry bag and get money from her supporters, because it's a bunch of misfits over there, a bunch of friendless folk, and people who can relate to her, and they're sending her money because they feel sorry for her, because they feel sorry for themselves. And if that's what it is, then okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't continue to try to use people to further, deepen your bank account.
Right.
You trying to create a situation to make people look like mean girls. I show you mean girl. And mean girl, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could show you mean girl. I really could. I could definitely show you petty all day.
But she's getting what she's getting because of her.
This is the harvest of the seeds she planted. She
That
planted these
did
seeds.
this to herself. Because if you are a thinking person and you have critical thinking skills for real, it doesn't take long to see who she is. Like, at first
Mm-mm.
you may be fooled by the voice. At first you may listen to a few sob stories and think, oh, but after so long, it's like, wait a minute. You can kind of see through her exterior. And then when she started doing field trips, those crazy field trips that didn't even make sense for her to do as a blogger, it went too far. And she needs to watch out for real. She does. I don't know. 50. I'm in my 50s. I'm not trying to be running around these streets chasing folks and doing all these shenanigans just to get the dollar, because it's unreal. And she putting her child at risk. Everybody's at risk being around her. I would not. And it, I,
This is my thing. Do you watch JLR Investigates?
uh-uh.
I always mention him because he's a great example of a YouTuber who goes out in the field and goes and shows you what you might see on the news and things like that. Some people don't like him, and that's for, I mean, YouTube, I mean, people have their picks, but JLR Investigates, the reason why I bring him up is because if something happens, he might be out on the street. You might see the news vans right behind him, right?
Right.
But he's showing you from a YouTube perspective. Girl, he is what you would call a boots on the ground reporter. This dude is every damn where. The minute something happens, he's getting on a plane or he's in his car and he's driving over to where the news is. And that's a field trip to me. Some people don't like that. It makes it feel uncomfortable. But, if Eyewitness News is doing it, you're not uncomfortable. So, like, okay. Now, regarding Sylvia, she was just so silly about it. She would go places, she would have no questions, she would have no information, she would have no context as to why you're there.
Right.
Like, it was on some gawking rather than, okay, I'm taking you somewhere that is a material, it's pertinent to this case, and I want y'all to see it close up.
Right.
And instead of handling it in a professional manner, it's on some, you can't even see what the fuck is going on. The camera is at the damn dashboard. You can't see shit, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why you're there. There's no relevant information being given. There's nothing. It just doesn't even make sense.
Yes.
So that's why the field trips kind of struck some people the wrong way, because it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, it could be, you can look at other channels and see it handled much better and make better sense. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like that.
That might be why I never watched those channels. So I think the only time I've watched a channel similar to that was about the little boys out in California, and they were looking in the desert. And because I really wanted them to find those boys. I think that was the only time I've ever watched, someone really go out to try to find
Go
them.
out looking, yeah.
But okay, friend, I'm gonna let go because I know it's other people
Okay.
here, but I have enjoyed it. Have a good day. I know it's fun being on here talking to your bougie gang, And
Absolutely. You guys are amazing.
I hope Farrah's hair is the bomb because I know.
It'll be pretty. Yes. They do a good job. That's our regular braiders that we're at. So yeah, they do a good job. They're very sweet.
That's good. Okay, well, you take care.
Okay.
So,
You take care too, sis. Thank you.
right, bye bye.
Okay. All right. Bye bye. Okay, PW, I got you. Hey, PW.
Hi, friend. Can you hear me?
Wait, I can hear you. Does PW stand for prayer warrior? Your phone's going in and out. Let me
My,
see.
it might be my sound. Let
Okay,
me
no, you're
double check.
good. You're good now. You're good. Wait, so PW
Okay,
stands for what?
just my name.
Oh, okay. On today, it's prayer warrior. No, I'm just kidding.
At times you have to be though. I tell you that.
Okay, period. Yes, absolutely. So
So
what's going on?
excuse me.
PW, what's going on, sis? Ooh, we lost prayer warrior. Okay. I mean, or PW, our good sis. PW, call back in, okay? All right, guys, give me just a second. Let me see what I can do with this real quick. Let me get in on my other phone because y'all. Hey, PW.
Okay, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay, yep. Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So what's going on?
I was saying I kind of have a theory on why on something about Miss IS, and we have a saying here, you so smart till you stupid because
Okay.
she's playing this game with these um offenders, and also as far as what she's been currently being accused of, because I realize, like, I know that she's visiting Nesto for content, but
Mm-hmm.
even when he calls in on her show and she's been asked about like him not having her number, or why, basically why she don't directly contact him, let him contact her. I think in her own way she also thinks she's quote unquote protecting herself, because if Nesto technically never had her phone number, then she could, like, say in her defense, there is no communication that we've ever had that wasn't already, publicly recorded. So even though her content, and even though she uses it for content, of course, but I think in her mind, she's protecting herself as well. Because other than that, she probably would have been gave him her phone number.
Yeah, I feel like he's got her number. To give me just a second. I had to switch phones because my phone was getting ready to die. I have your phone. Okay. All right, this should be better now.
Yes, I
Okay.
can hear.
Okay, good. Um she Yes, I do think she's protecting herself as far as not trying to get herself to be a witness, but she's gonna get herself on the witness stand too. She's a potential witness. If he
Absolutely.
ends up revealing some information that could be pertinent to the case, or she becomes privy to something, she may not even realize that she has become privy to something, and or they find something in these conversations that is interesting. She's on the witness stand. So is Sonia. Maybe not so much, but you never know. The fact that she is delving into his phone, she's searching information, things of that nature, she could be they could put her on reserve, the witness. I mean, look, we're thinking, so think about this too. His
Hmm.
case versus the state, right? What about Erica King's case versus the state? They could bring
Right.
Sonia. What if Erica King's lawyer thinks that Sonia is interesting to talk to? Oh, you thought he was a pimp when you first met him? Why? Tell us why. Erica King's Erica King's has a defense. Her lawyer has a case to win. They could use Sonia all day with her silly
Yeah, but
behind.
she's clear evidence into how Nesto meets a woman, talks to a woman, and next thing you know, she's by his side and willing to do anything he asks her to do. I mean,
Right,
playing out in
right.
real life.
this lady has invested over $10,000 easy just in phone calls and
Right,
commissary.
right.
We've done the math. I'm sure from the actual phone records, they can do the math too. This lady, they don't talk for less than 30 minutes. There's always a damn, I mean, it's not always, but let's just say 90% of the time, it's a 30-minute phone call. Okay? 30-minute phone call every day, several times a day
Is it
for
$8
almost
at a
2
time?
years now. Huh?
It's $8 at a time.
It's by the minute, but
Okay.
if you talk for 30 minutes, it's $8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because she's on some for $8 a day. You too can support a convict. You know what I mean?
Girl, do you imagine you spending $8 times, let's say, 3 to 5 phone calls in a day? They talk all day.
Right. And she's mad when he don't call. I'll be happy when he doesn't call.
He don't even he didn't even talk to his wife that much, but she also has a life. She
Right.
was living with people at the time, but then, obviously moved out on her own. Once Shirley got out that house, Shirley was ghost. Shirley was talking to him when she was over at Ronald and Tasha's house. By the time Shirley got to her apartment and Debbie was over there staying at her house, Shirley was in the wind. Shirley was outside.
Mm-hmm. Shirley find out all she really do is need somebody to talk to.
Shirley
Have
probably was
a
just
friend.
lonely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shirley needs a
Right.
friend and companion. The fact that Nesto maybe provided sex, okay, that's an added bonus.
Right.
But to your point, maybe she did just want some companionship. And not to say that women at her age, at 70, don't want sex, because we know that that's not true. However, she's probably willing to forego the sex by having a reliable partner, which may just be on some Golden Girls type ish. Have a night, have friends that live in the house, and you go out on a date occasionally, or do whatever you want to do. But you are not giving out any more titles. Hopefully, Shirley's not giving out any more titles,
I
because
hope not.
this last time, you got it wrong. Like this, she's gonna have to. You can look. She's a victim like many other people, but at the end of the day, you have to do some analysis sometimes as to how this happened and what did I miss. Kind of a little bit of a post-mortem, like we do in business, to figure out how did this particular segment fail. What did we miss with this launch? What, you know what I'm saying? Like, do some analysis, a self check as to how and why. That way you won't have to deal with that ever again.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think when it came to Sonia, she doesn't even realize she was almost a victim herself. Because what Nesto does and has a pattern of doing, it sounds like, he doesn't ask, can he have sex? He'll just tell you what he wants you to do.
Yeah, go take your clothes off.
Right. And he, in his mind, I'm not a rapist because I don't force myself on women, but like he never looked up the new definitions or whatever. There's plenty of ways that you can actually assault women in that way. You could just use coercion, which is your words. You don't have to actually force her to do anything. But when you got somebody in a uh RV in the middle of an abandoned Walmart or something like that, and you tell them to do that, like you don't give a woman a lot of options. But just
Right. I mean, you can lock a door. It
right.
can be, I don't have any other transportation. You came and picked me up, and I was in the house, and I felt like I had no, I had to, because I felt like I had no other recourse. Like if I didn't
Right.
do it, he was going to be mad at me or whatever. So yeah, and a cycle of that. And we know as women, and men know too, that they have influence over, especially when a girl really likes you. Most of the time, women will do something because they like you. They want to get more time with you.
Mhm.
Most of us, not saying that we don't want sex, but initially we want the man, right? We want the man, and we're willing to do what it takes to get that man. So cooking, being nice, being sweet, wearing a dress, you know what I mean? Doing all the things that men like to get to be interested in us. And unfortunately, sometimes that's kind of stuff bites us in the butt, because they take advantage of that. And then, and that's when some of these situations happen, because, I mean, I'm sure most of these women that became victims or people, some of the victims did some of the things or gave access because they liked him or they found him interesting or they thought he was going to be a business partner, like Miss Bickham said. They gave him an opportunity because he presented himself in a way that they thought he was trustworthy for whatever reason, and then he revealed himself to not. That's what King Mazi said. I thought the dude was trustworthy. I thought we could do business, but the minute I gave him a check, he came a completely different person. That is the consistent in the story that we hear over and over and over again. The minute he gets what he wants, he changes.
Yeah, and now he love using. That's not my mo. Oh, sir, you do have
Yes, it
one though.
is.
I mean, you have a
Yeah.
few. Yeah, and you're absolutely right. If he realizes or he knows that the woman might like him, and Sonya, of course, in that situation, she definitely liked him. So it's really easy to convince yourself, oh, he's not doing anything wrong to me, or yeah, I initially felt uncomfortable because even her with her intestinal problem, she was still like, could I get dinner first? I mean, because she wanted, it was no warm up, no lead up. It's just like, take your clothes, go to the back and take your clothes off. And if you happen
Right.
to, then Nesto, go ahead with it. If not, because he has no plans of real romance except when he think you about to leave him or something and he's not done doing with you what he wants to do. But
The
yeah,
only person
because,
he was
yeah,
romancing and doing things with was his wife, Shirley. He was
right,
doing things with her also because he knew he had to stay in her good graces because she has people watching. Some of these other people, he didn't, a lot of these people, I feel, may have been isolated or weren't really telling people their business. Surely he was out there on Instagram using her to publicize, I'm a great husband, or I'm with Steve Harvey's co-host, whatever it was that he was doing, either on some using her for her notoriety or just using his title as a husband and a high profile, with a wife with a high profile job to get, the thirsty chicks out there who don't mind dating a married man, get them all hyped up over him. Because there's
right.
plenty of people out here. I'm saying, you might not know them, and I hope I don't know them. But there are women out here that do not mind that somebody is married. They don't feel like that is their relationship. That's his relationship, and he can deal with whoever that is. That's how Sonia is. That's not my relationship. That's not my situation to manage. My friendship is with him, and whatever he does with her is his business. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and
I
all the
think that's
while
how she
secretly
justifies it.
think that she's still better, even if they don't give her a single detail. But she still lives in the world of exactly what you just said, but trying to act like she still doesn't feel like, oh, something wrong with that relationship, or he wouldn't be with me. You know what I mean? Yeah, she doesn't like not care, or she wants what she wants. That's why she admitted she was obsessed with that man. But I would
Right.
never, man, I'm obsessed with him. Give me a break.
Yeah.
But
She's
yeah,
she's
so that's
very
why they
much
recognize
obsessed.
her own victim. It's like as much as she's talking on these other women, she doesn't even. I guess in her mind, that's far removed, and that was a cute little game Nesto was playing with her. But no, ma'am, that's how he is, and you just happen to stick around. But you was uncomfortable. If you been real with yourself, you were very uncomfortable, and you was literally not ready to have sex with that man at that moment that he asked you for. Um, but you did it at some point and you convinced yourself that
The
it was
next
okay.
day. Yeah, the
Right,
next day.
right.
And that's, hey, I mean, again, you're grown, that's your business, but also, um when you found out that he was married, you still didn't have a problem with it. She said that she was mad and she broke up with him. But also what Sonia has to think about, this is not the first time that you found out that a guy you were dealing with was married or in another relationship. Sometimes you got to realize, and I'm sure I'm talking to somebody out here who's going to listen to this. You got to realize this is not always everyone's just coming to you like why you have bad luck. You cannot allow this type of energy into your space. When you start to allow a boundary to go down, people who want those boundaries to not be relevant to their time with you will show up. So it's not a accident that Sonia met another married guy or another entangled, well, marriage is more than an entanglement, but at the end of the day, there's a reason why these people keep finding you, is because that is your shit to work out. That is your cross to bear. That is something that you have to work out in you as a woman, as to why why that energy will find you, and you seem to make a place for married men to hit on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Exactly.
just, it's not your fault per se, but when you're open to it and you find yourself now in a relationship with yet another married man, it's kind of your fault. You can't
Absolutely.
just say, oh, yeah, I've dealt with 5 married guys. I mean, hello. Sonia has talked enough for us to hear. She has dealt with many married men. Oh, the Jewish guy, well, he was in the process of a divorce. This guy, da 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 da. Tomas's
Right.
father was married. I mean, damn, I like, if I think a little bit harder, I'm sure I can come up with the others. She has dealt with many married men. This is nothing new. She's a professional
Then
side
too.
chick.
Even the guy in the brand new apartment that she had moved into.
Another
Uh,
married guy, or
yeah,
in a
yeah,
relationship.
yeah. He wasn't convinced that Nesto was just a friend. She was like, "Well, I see why your wife leaving you." Like, oh my God, how does he happen to still be actually married, coming to your door? So yeah, she's and then to go so far on Villanora interview to say she was mad at Nesto because he broke her streak of going all through her life without ever dating a married man. Oh my
Lies,
God,
lies,
the
lies,
lie
and more lies. Girl, sis, it's like, sis, can you please stop lying?
is
It's lies, yeah.
on
And
top of
she wants to
lies.
say that the bloggers are lying. Okay?
They to no one,
Okay?
even if they're not. But yeah. And
It's
last but
ridiculous.
not
Go
least,
ahead.
thank
Hmm.
you for. But last but not least, I'm not kind of being facetious when I say this, but you think ERICKA last lawyer probably wanted to get off that case because they realized that letter she wrote about that preacher to find out he was dead and she never went to that church.
Girl. Um,
And she can't
you know
recognize
what?
the cons her own self. She probably felt like she was no longer fit for the job.
You know what? I think that so ERICKA did tell her, she said ERICKA told her early on she was not going to be able to pay her. Um, but I'm sure if Miss Bianca is in the bushes watching, listening, kind of seeing just a curiosity of what's going on with this case, I'm sure she's very relieved that she is not in this, because this may be the type of case that would take her away from moneymaker type clients. I mean, I'm sure that, as a lawyer, there's clients who can pay big money and you have a long situation with them, but I'm quite sure that there's money in going to bail hearings, settling things out and having a big, heavy caseload. This type of crime, this type of situation, you need a law office with paralegals and other, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need a healthy, robust firm that has a lot going on. Because if this is your one client, and whatever they're paying you, you have some lawyers that are managing a heavy caseload of and all kinds of different cases simultaneously. I would almost think that this is the type of case where you have to have either a dedicated team of people who can help you, or you have to be in a robust office where there's a lot of support. This is not the type of situation for like a one woman show with a legal secretary or one paralegal to be able to handle all by themselves. Like, this is a dedicated, and it's not going to be enough of a moneymaker. It's just not. So I
No,
don't blame Bianca for getting on, because when you can just show up to court, handle business for your client, help them, maybe it's a 1-2 day trial, it's not really crazy. You can have 50 to 100 clients, I would imagine. This type of shit, this is a dedicated, this has to be a big practice with all kinds of support and people who could, because I mean, this is a RICO. It's a
absolutely
RICO
right.
case. I think Bianca has her own office. I think she's like a one, you know, I mean, she's a solo practitioner. So I
That's
don't
what I was
know
thinking
that.
too. 'Cause she been you if I'm not mistaken, she did that no sooner than after that bail hearing or whatever, right?
Yeah,
She
she's
put
like, I'm
orders in.
out.
Been
And
a
you
long
can't
time.
pay.
So
Right. You can't
yeah.
pay. So sis, I can't stay.
And I said she might have found out you can't pay me enough to I have to watch the evidence that you're giving me, making me look
Right.
crazy. And
Absolutely. So
so
yes,
yeah,
to your
who knows? She
point.
probably immediately was like, ma'am, you can't pay me enough for this.
Right.
Uh
You're not going to entangle me into this bullshit where I'm
right.
I'm presenting evidence to the court as if I'm presenting um real reference letters, and the name that you're using is, that this is a bogus reference letter. So yes, 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 yes.
And
I
that
would
was
not be
probably just a nice
surprised.
way to put
Yeah.
it. That she advised me that she could no longer pay me. Now I'm saying that might have just ended up being just a nice way to put it without going into the weeds or whatever.
Right, right. Absolutely.
Mm.
So yeah. A mess. This is a mess. Um And Kevin Majeski, when he says, "Oh, there's a whole lot of fraud going on,"
He
Kevin
did.
Majeski, girl, and I don't, I think he's still there. When I checked his LinkedIn, he didn't update his LinkedIn. It still shows that he is at the district attorney's office, even though it's quite possible he could be somewhere else. But I think last time I checked, he was still in the directory at Fulton County. Kevin Majeski is right there with Will Wooten. Okay, and Kevin, the people that they have working on this case have been following these people for a minute, and they know exactly what they're working with.
Yeah, Sonya would know about their roster. She knows what she's told because if so, she would have known about Wooten if she was paying attention to any of his bail hearings and stuff like that. So she doesn't know anything to talk about somebody left their job and then explain why they left their job. How would you know why? Even if he did leave, why would you know that?
She said because he's tired of they infer so many different things. Um, they just have look. Sonia is someone who has had to deal with the penal system because of situations she's been in. Sonia has been the type of female, in my opinion, who has dealt with people who she shouldn't have been dealing with, and maybe also people who shouldn't have been dealing with her. There's a
Mhm.
reason why you are 20 something years old and you are dealing with people who are drug dealers and damn murderers. Let her tell it that he murdered a whole family a week or two before. So you're dealing with drug dealer murderer who put out a hit on you, and you broke up with him several times, and you couldn't separate yourself from him. And it just seems like she has been in the shits as far as dealing with certain types of men since the beginning. It's
Yeah,
you,
because
sis.
yeah, being her
It's
age, I mean, being
you.
that age and that size, like pretty much your whole life, like you have to be self-aware of, of what you can and can't do. So I would never let a man that I know that I can't take or don't have the ability to, find something to take him with in my space like that. But in her mind, she's always outsmarting people. So I guess you'll always end up in situations like that when you consistently think you're smarter than the average bear. So
Right. Always thinking that you're smarter than the average, or just trying to outsmart other people, and also mad because people see through the bullshit. That
yeah.
people know the type of person that you are, and they've seen it before, or they just know you're full of shit. You know what I mean? She's mad because I think she thought that she could work her magic on the YouTube streets, and she thought she was going to be like a YouTube sensation, and people are laughing at her. They're laughing at her style, they're laughing at her clothes, they're laughing at her hair, they're laughing at her being silly and slow. They're making a mockery of her. She thought she was going to come here and be the business. She thought she was going to be a 55-year-old influencer who was about something. But there are 55-year-old women on here that are doing their damn thing, and are inspiring and motivating people on many different things: fashion, entertainment, just travel, all of the things. And I think
Hmm.
she's mad because she can't find a foothold, because she came out here on some I'm in love with a damn jailhouse criminal. So ain't nobody gonna see past that. Like, sis, ain't nobody coming to you for travel advice.
No.
No one's coming for cooking. No one's coming for travel advice. Nobody wants to see your ugly clothes. Nobody wants to see your ugly shoes. Nobody wants to see your hair tutorials. Nobody is interested in what you are doing on the internet.
And praise her adult son for every little milestone that, my gosh.
Tomas is over there. She said he was going to be a film writer, and he's over there, um, doing whatever he's doing. Like, at the end of the day, it's not his fault that his mom is fugazi, but it's like, ma'am, you have said all of these things. Sir is over there. You know what I'm saying? And like, girl, there's nothing wrong with what Tomas is doing to earn money at the moment. He's learning a trade, and that's a very good thing. So I'm not going to drag her son.
Like in the backdrop has a Tomas vlog. So we know when he got his first car, how many haircuts he get. We know when he got his first real job. Like it's all of these Tomas milestones and nothing about this, what you say, undocumented baby. Or
Okay.
or Sydney. Sydney gets no praise for doing anything.
Sydney she almost said horrible mother.
Yeah, pretty much.
She almost said horrible mother. She's a good babysitter, but she's not a great mother. And this is coming from the woman who had Sydney in the middle of a shootout at 2 and 3 years old. Thank God Sydney didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear stories of that all the time. Something happens in a house and, they ended up taking out a mom and some kids or something like that. That happens all the time. The shootout that happened here in Charlotte a couple of weeks ago where 4 police officers, or 4 or 5, were killed. There was a lady and a child in the house. That lady, I mean, I don't know who she was mixed up with. That's something she's answering to the police about, but that's endangering a child, dealing with type of
Right.
men who are like that, who will shoot and kill police officers who are also wanted by the law. These men were wanted, okay? They were coming to serve a warrant for someone who was a fugitive. These were marshals, okay? And there was a lady and a child in the house. And so one man was wanted and started shooting, and then the other man in the house started shooting too. The one who was wanted was killed pretty quickly, and then the other one kept shooting. Like, when is it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, a mess.
Ooh. Oh my God.
And you
You
think that
know,
lady
I
didn't
heard
know who she
about
was
that, but
dealing
that's
with?
very interesting.
You don't think
And
that
then
lady knew who
I
she was
didn't even
dealing
think,
with?
right, I can't even imagine. And then not to just have one, but two people up in
In
there
one,
at the same
and a
time.
poor kid, that poor
Yeah.
child, where
But you know what? You
you
made an interesting point because I didn't think about the fact that Sydney would have been around that age at that time for sure.
Sydney was a baby. When they talk about the baby who was there in the mist, that Sydney was in the apartment when everybody got shot and that man got killed.
Wow.
That was Sydney. That was the baby they were talking about, was Sydney.
Mm, mm, mm. Bless her heart. Yeah, she's a survivor. She had to survive with a mama like that.
Can you believe that? Baby in whatever, her bassinet crib, whatever she was in, again, the hedge of protection, you know what I'm saying? Bullets all over the place. The baby is untouched. Okay? So
That is
thank God
amazing.
she should be, yeah, because it doesn't always come out that way, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Some babies get, caught in the crossfire and it's awful. But yeah, Sonia has had a very trifling ass situation for a very long time, and everything is everybody else's fault, or the police are coming to do this and the police are coming to do that. This woman has been in prison. She was in prison. I think a lot of people, I don't want to say people forget, sis went to jail. Not just jail, she was in prison. She was in a women's facility. She was like, I don't know if it was Camp Cupcake type situation, like Little Kim and Martha Stewart and all that, but damn it, man was in prison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't
I
she
think
say
we
she didn't change
forget
her life
that.
until Tomas came along? When she got pregnant with him, she really didn't even change until
Yeah.
around that time. So yeah, that was a lot of
She was
years.
in her 30s.
Yeah, yeah,
She was
yeah.
in her 30s.
Mm. So your baby going through that shooting wasn't enough for you to change your life, but okay, all right.
Nope. She was in her
Oh,
30s. She had Tomas. And keep in mind, what Tomas is like, what, 20 something, early 20s. And then Katie is in her late teens. She said that she was 19 when she had Sydney. I think Sydney was 19 when she got pregnant with Katie.
yeah.
And so that would make Sonia 38 when Katie came around. And then, so if however old Sonia is, what, 55 now, right? So you're looking at what's her name? Sydney being what, like maybe 36. I'm doing some
Hmm.
quick math. So Katie's probably what, 17,
Yeah.
okay? Um Tomas is what, 22. Like, it's ridiculous. So Tomas was 5 when Katie was
No.
having when Katie was
Right.
born. You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So
They're both getting
that's
the car about
when
the same time. She's getting the car the
you
same time.
decided to get it
So,
together
right.
when Tomas was born. So you decided to get it together when Tomas was born, and let's see, that would have been 5. So what? Sydney would have been about 14, 15. You decided to get it together when your daughter was like 14, 15, when you had Tomas. And then 4 or
Right.
5 years later, guess what? You're a 38-year-old grandmother.
The math is mathing on this one. Cause she probably doing
They
the
don't
same
know what
thing.
they're talking about. They just
Right.
talk about
Right.
stuff like they know what they girl, I can do math.
The
I can do
math is
math now.
definitely math, and she probably
Girl, we can put this
completely
shit
ignored
together.
fitness for her male child, and the girl was left up to her own devices at that point in time, and probably she probably really didn't care what she was out there doing, because a lot of parents be like, okay, you're 11 now, or you're 12 now, you're grown, basically. Go make
Girl.
it
So you get it together at 14, 15, and oh,
right.
okay, that's awesome. And then your daughter is having a whole baby at 19 years old, and you're a grandmother at 38. You're a grandmother at 38 with a 5-year-old.
The ghetto.
Girl. So she probably raised, so Tomas and Katie are probably closer than
Right.
Tomas and his big sister, because sis is like a, like a mom
I
probably.
figured that's why
So
he
that's,
probably was gonna pick up and move with his sister, you know, because
well, and
initially
remember, he
she
asked his
helped him
sister
move
for
to her.
money. He
Yeah.
asked his sister for money because he said, Mom, you're broke.
Right.
So Sydney sounds more responsible. Look, Sonia knows she fucked up. And when she came to this internet, she thought she was going to convince people of some shit that doesn't exist, as in her being a baddie. And sis, we know baddies when we see them, and you're not one.
No, she's a hottie, a hot mess.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, thank you so much, friend. This
Y'all,
is
we
some extra stuff to mull over. Even when I thought this ish couldn't get deeper, I tell you, the math is
girl.
definitely mathing on this
Well,
situation.
because we spend a lot of time watching the videos, then we get, when we get new tea about the case, we talk about the case, and it's good sometimes for us to compare notes, because I don't see everything. You guys know that sometimes y'all send me notes and say, friend, you missed da, 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 or you overlooked blah 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 blah. I don't see everything, so when we have a chance to kind of have these conversations and people bring their own individual point of view, or how you see it versus how I see it, because how I see it doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. I mean, we all have different experiences, right? We've had a lot of people come and drop like great perspectives. So I just think that's another thing about this community and the community at large, is that it's a lot of very thinking people. Everyone's, I don't think anyone really has it out for Sonia per se. She's just, I think what frustrates a lot of grown women is to see women acting stupid.
Right.
Because there's so much information out here. We have computers in our hands. Basically, we have all these devices. There's so much information and support out here available to not be bummish and stupid. And I think that frustrates people. So I don't know.
She's
What
literally
why
watching
does
her um cement herself to a position that she does not have to be in. That is
right,
absolutely a shit show. And I never
right,
seen somebody just like, okay, the worse it get, the closer she got.
right. And also just the fact that's her shit show, rightfully so, right? And the fact that you're on social, if you weren't on social media, sis, we wouldn't know anything about it. And the fact that you came to interact with YouTube was the dumbest thing. Like, people would have still had their opinions. I don't think Sonia would have. Maybe this whole Sonia thing wouldn't have happened to the point that it happened had she not thought that she could lasso, you know what I mean, that she could grab a hold to the narrative and flip it, because
Right.
we heard her talk about she didn't like the narrative and she thought she was going to shift, change. Diddy can't change the fucking narrative. What makes you think you can change the narrative to social media? People, the court of public opinion is unmatched. People have their own opinion, and there's not enough money in the world to change the narrative ever. All you can do is find other distractions. And the distraction she introduced was who? Sylvia. But Sylvia is not a good enough distraction. She's not
Nope.
a good enough distraction. Sylvia can't take the pressure. Sylvia be crying. Sylvia can't handle what's going on. I'm not gonna do the Nesto content because it's so negative. But
Jesus.
YSL murders isn't negative. Didn't aren't they all accused of murdering somebody?
Or something. A little bit of everything, I guess, because it really ain't just that
Girl,
one thing. One thing,
that's
yeah, I
not
think
negative.
right. All of it. And even if he didn't do it, he was definitely surrounded by
Somebody
a bunch of
somebody's
people.
dead. Somebody's dead. Somebody happened.
The idea of them two coming together trying to make something, I swear, that's comical in and of
She was
itself.
trying to change this. She said that she pretended to the breakup. That was something to kind of get some of the edge off of things. And you see what happened. Like, at the end of the day, Sonia has kind of disappeared a little bit. She hadn't been live in a minute, but she's sitting up there steadily changing the name to her stupid channel. It's like, sis, why are you here? Just go make another channel. If she goes and makes another channel, nobody's gonna notice. She
She
probably
don't
has
even
other.
need it.
She
I
could.
mean,
She
she
could be
literally,
here right now.
yeah,
She might be
she's
in here
taking her
chatting. We
time
don't even know who she
out of her day
is.
doing something that's really not going to. Nesto said, "Do focus on stuff that bring money, and this is not bringing you money. You're
Right.
not focused. You still don't
Go
have
get
that,
your check. Go get your
right?"
checks.
Oh, that super chat I sent the other day about "I'll do anything for love." That was the Meatloaf song when he was talking about that ponytail.
Oh,
You know, I'm not going to sing it, but you know what I'm talking about. Cause
yes.
that's about the only she loves to like overly pretend like she's gonna do a whole bunch of stuff with for Nesto, and she does a lot with her mouth, but at the same time, instead of her just standing up for herself, which that's in and of itself low self-esteem, and said, look, I'm not gonna stop wearing my ponytails. Why can't you just tell him that?
Why can't you just say, "I love this style"? If you don't like it, it's okay.
Right. That's that. I mean, Nesto throwing the hints is funny enough, but the fact that you keep letting him do that and you keep showing up with the ponytails instead of just saying, "Look, I love my ponytails. I'll do anything for you, baby, and I love you, but I'm not doing that." That's why
Right.
that's
This is
funny.
my signature style. Yeah. But she lets him drag her, talk bad about her ponytail. If that's really your man or even your friend, you would shut that down to where he knows, okay, let me not, she likes that.
Right,
Someone who loves you, would say, okay, she likes it. Let me leave it alone. Like, I'm not going to even say anything. Even though it's corny as I don't know what, I'm going to let her, she enjoys that style. I'm going to let that go. Right.
right.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I think so. It's yeah, that whole situation is a mess. I am ready for court though. I'm
I
still
agree.
ready for court.
I agree.
Anyway, when is
Thank you so
court
much.
next? You're welcome. Okay, you take care. Have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Same to you too. It is, isn't it?
Okay,
Okay.
it
Bye bye.
is. Can you believe it? Okay, all right. Take care. Let me see. Okay, guys. So I took the street. So we've been talking for 2.5 hours. I do want to read the Erica King letters, and I'm gonna come back and do that. Um, let's see. Where are we? When's court? The 29th. So when's the 26th? What's today? 25. 26 is Saturday. 27 is Monday. So I think the 29th is 6, 27. So Wednesday. Court is on Wednesday at 9:30. So I don't know if Dennis is going to be there or um, Pam. Pam might be busy. I know I saw Pam on the YouTube streets. I think earlier this week she was in New York for Whitehead, but I don't know what else is going on. I'm gonna be honest. So I would just imagine. I know when Pam kind of is not on her channel, it's because she's busy actually lawyering and handling her cases and all of those things. And then sometimes we'll see where she pops up, and it could be in New York City because she's definitely been covering the Whitehead case. So I don't really know, but hopefully Dennis or Pam or someone else responsible can get us the footage because we can't count on the blogger anymore. The blogger will anything, you know what I mean? Like we can't count on that anymore. She is a advocate for the guys, give me just a second. Okay, you guys, can you guys hear me? Guys, can you believe it? We ended this right on time. Okay, give me like an hour or two, and I will come back with the reading of the Erica King letters. So, yeah, I'll come back and I'll read you the letters, and I can have them posted, and we can read them together. I'm not gonna hold y'all long. We're gonna get into those letters. I'll read like 2, 3 to you. I have several of the correspondence. If you are in Patreon, if you go into the Erica King folder or maybe in documents, if you scroll through, you will see the letters. And I have some other stuff to post in there, but if not, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I will put up a free post today with some of the Erica King letters. I'll just read them to you guys. We're going to be on for about 30, 45 minutes. I'm not going to hold y'all, okay? Anyway, guys, thank you for sitting with me and talking with me while I was live from the African Braid Shop parking lot and Dominican blowout spot. But let me go run in, pay for Farrah's hair, and we're gonna go ahead and get some food, and we're gonna head to the house. Okay. All right, guys. I love you guys. Thank you. This was so much fun. Let me see. Yes, 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 yes. And I'll take a picture. Hopefully she'll let me take a picture. You know how girl, she's almost 13, so she's at that age. She does not mind telling mom, you know. Okay. So let me see what I can get, and I will let y'all see what's going on. Anyway, guys, take care. Bye.